Good Monday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. Hope you had a great weekend. We have a lot to cover. Tennessee had a scrimmage on Friday. They have practiced a couple of times since then. We will talk Tennessee football. We have a brand new poll. The Associated Press Top 25 just came out, so we will tell you about that. Last Monday we got the coaches poll. Today we get the AP poll, so we'll tell you what the media has to say.
Can't wait.
Heading into the upcoming season.
I'm sure they had a lot to digest after the first weekend of college football scrimmages around the country.
Yes, I think that's probably true.
I'm sure they had their sources find out who had the advantage in the SEC, in the Big Ten, in the ACC, in the Pac, in the Big 12.
That's how we're starting the show out today?
What are you talking about?
Just a big old plate of sarcasm, huh? Okay. All right.
I'm just here, man, so I don't get fined. I'm just having a good time.
Okay. Well, we're going to have a good time today. We're
I
talking
know.
football. The season is very close. Very close. A week from Saturday, we get real college football games.
This game week, according to you?
No, don't be ridiculous. We're a few days away. But just a few.
One scrimmage down, maybe another, maybe like 1.5 left. I think if you're Tennessee, you want to be careful with one starter already out for the season in Jordan Thomas. And, I thought Heupel and company were really, really smart with how they took out Cooper Mays Friday night during the scrimmage. I was very happy to see him trot off the field and let others get reps at center. I was pleased to see Deion Sanders off to the side running, not participating. I have said many times I prefer him be in saran wrap, bubble wrap, and not risk him getting hurt because of the depth at running back. Right now, did a pretty good job getting out of the scrimmage unscathed, no one getting hurt.
It's a huge priority, avoiding injuries at this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, you can do everything in your power to prevent those injuries from happening, but you just can't. It's football. You can have guys getting hurt during non-contact situations. It's just a part of it. So you have to be lucky to go through a season without guys getting hurt. So players will get hurt. You just hope it's not key guys at key positions at the worst time.
So you were able to check out some scrimmage action on Friday.
Yeah, I was there up until I was disgusted watching the offense, and I left.
Still tough for you, even if that means Tennessee's defensive front is filled with
I don't care.
potential all-SEC guys?
The problem is Jonathan Wade was texting me bragging about the defense, and I got upset.
I wondered Friday during the show, would this be an issue?
It was an issue. It was a big-time issue. So he was harassing me during practice. I was not thrilled by the offensive showing, but I'm excited about the defensive showing. This is what happens when you have an inter-squad scrimmage. You have all these different emotions on both sides of the aisle, and that was me on Friday. Defensive line, oh, boy. Woo!
Are you more in line with Joshua Joseph's assessment?
Woo-hoo! I got to be careful because I don't want Rodney Garner to think I'm praising him. But, oh, man, that defensive line was a problem on Friday. I don't think we had a yard rushing. I don't remember a single yard that was gained by the offense. Now, you had several guys out on offense, several receivers, guys on the offensive line. So defense had the advantage even before you snapped the ball because of the amount of guys that they had out offensively. But I can't help but to be an offensive guy. And when the offense is not performing like I'm used to seeing this offense perform, I want to watch it. And by the way, it was in the practice anyways. I was trying to get a head start on getting home because I was getting sleepy. about 9 o'clock.
That's late at your age.
Thanks. But I saw what I need to see, and Nico did the best job that he could with the time that he had. I thought Ethan Davis had some good moments. Tight end, I think he has a chance to be really, really good for us. Be a real threat down the middle of the football field, even in across the middle or in the flats. He is I think a matchup nightmare for opposing linebackers. So we just got to get healthy, fine-tune what we've done so far offensively, get that offensive line with the 5 that are going to play, because they've yet to be all out there healthy in a scrimmage. So maybe you are able to achieve that in scrimmage number 2 or scrimmage number 3 if you have one. But the offensive line, man, they got a chance to help this offense be really good, because defensively, I think we're going to be really tough, especially in the front 7. We'll see what happens with the back end and guys getting their feet under them and getting healthy too.
Okay, if you go to the defensive side, defensive line, no questions, right, in terms of how good they can be. They can be elite.
No questions.
Linebacker, what do we say if we go one step back? Linebacker, what do you say about Tennessee?
Better than last year. That's what I'm willing to say right now. What do you want me to say?
That's fair. That's high-end potential is there. They just have to show it, prove it, stay healthy to do it.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Got to stay healthy, but the athleticism is there with Carter and Peely wasn't participating like everyone else, so it gave opportunities for other linebackers to get some reps. But
it was late for him too.
He looked sleepy out there on the sideline. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's the first scrimmage. You want to get to the game. You need your players, your good players, to play in games to help you win games. Of course, practice is important. In an ideal situation, you want everybody to practice all the time. But that's just not realistic. Everyone's different. Their bodies are different. How they respond to constant practice and constant beating of the joints is different than others. And some guys need a day. Some guys need a couple periods, especially when you are asking so much of the skill position players. You're asking the receivers to go run down 40 yards, jaw back, and then line up in 10 seconds. You're asking DBs to cover that constantly. And so you do it every single day for hours a day, you're going to have some guys that need some attention medically. During the season, you're not going to run like that all the time and beat on your body like that. So you got to be smart. You have to manage your team so that way they can make it to the season and through the season.
We'll talk about the secondary on Tennessee's defense. We'll talk about the offense coming together. We'll talk some about what happened Friday, but also Tennessee moving forward. And we'll tell you where Tennessee is in the just-released Associated Press poll heading into this upcoming season. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. Call or text in with any comments, questions you might have about Tennessee's football team based on the calendar that society uses. We are 19 days away from Tennessee kicking off the season. 19 days, that's the teens. That's less than 20, Swain. My count's a little lower, but we all have our own metric system that we use.
I'm ready to roll. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what these guys are going to do. I just want to see this defensive line just dominate. Oh, my gosh. I tell you, I don't know if I should be more, oh, my gosh, we're going to be the best D line in the country, or, oh, my goodness, offensive line backups, there's some concern.
There is that back and forth.
But I'm more on the side of this defensive line is what Joshua Joseph said it's going to be.
We'll come back. A lot of dogs out there for Tennessee on the D-line, according to Joshua Josephs. We invite you to join us. We'll tell you where Tennessee ranks when we come back right here on Josh and Swain.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
air was crisp this morning, a reminder that summer is over and it's time to get ready for school to start. And here in Knox County, they have started. Even though the kids are back to school, you can leave the homework to Hiller. This month, enjoy back-to-school savings with offers like a $99 drain cleaning special at Hiller. Also, $500 off select high-efficiency HVAC systems. Big-time special with new tankless water heaters. That is $500 off. Whole home generators, $1,000 off. Visit the website, happyhiller.com, for more details.
This has been a paid announcement.
Good old East Tennessee, we know family, hard work, and helping your neighbors still means a lot. I'm Nick Whitehead with Whitehead Auto Sales in Alcoa and Knoxville. Our family-owned and operated business is celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Our pillars are those three items: family, hard work, and helping your neighbor. Experience the difference of why we've been voted #1 in Blount County for years now, and why we've expanded to Chapman Highway to help even more. Visit whiteheadautosales.com or come shake our hands for a deal you can't find anywhere else. 20 years from our family to yours at Whitehead Auto Sales.
Raid wants to know, what would you do if you could confidently face every day knowing you and your loved ones are protected? Would you sing along to your favorite song at the top of your lungs? Turn off the GPS and let your heart do the guiding. Go to the drive-thru and order one of everything. Feel the buzz of confidence of knowing you are protected with 65 years of insect science in your hands. Raid. Protection for everyone.
Instruction manual.
Where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Feeling misbehaved? Stay back after class and enjoy epic drink specials all week at the back-to-school costume party at Twin Peaks. The back-to-school costume party starts in a couple days. Come celebrate the end of your kids' summer break with the naughty schoolgirls at Twin Peaks. Ready for a new adventure? The new school year and fall are right around the corner. Let McGee Tyson Airport help you kick off the season of new beginnings. Whether it's back to school, a family trip, or just getting away for the weekend, start your journey with a smile. Jet off to Jacksonville, Florida, Washington, D.C., or a nonstop to St. Louis. Book your tickets now at flyknoxville.com. It's time to get inked at the 12th Annual Knoxville Tattoo Convention, August 16th through 18th at the World's Fair Park Exhibition Hall. Get tattooed on the spot from over 200 top tattoo artists. See the sideshow performances, catch the burlesque show, tattoo contests, art fusion, piercings, and shop from an assortment of unique vendors. Check the ink at the link, KnoxvilleTattooConvention.com. Weekend passes are available. The 12th Annual Knoxville Tattoo Convention, brought to you by Ambition Tattoo, sponsored by Hudson's House of Ink.
Every vehicle at Beatty Chevrolet is red tagged with our biggest savings of the year. It's Beatty's Red Tag event, where our lowest prices are clearly marked. And save on a new Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% APR at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville. Every vehicle at Beatty Chevrolet is red tagged with our biggest savings of the year. It's Beatty's Red Tag event, where our lowest prices are clearly marked. And save on a new Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 5.9% APR at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Find us on social media. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Josh and Swain. Swain, the Associated Press poll was released right before we went on the air. Last Monday we got the coaches poll. Tennessee ranks number 15 in the coaches poll. Now we have the Associated Press poll to compare, and Tennessee ranks number 15. So both polls rank Tennessee 15th in the country. The Associated Press ranking Georgia the number 1 team, then Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Alabama. Tennessee comes in at number 15, one spot behind Clemson. which was also one spot ahead of Tennessee in the coaches poll last week. So the
15,
coaches
huh?
and the media agree. Tennessee is the number 15 team in the country entering the season.
Coaches don't agree. Coaches don't care.
The coaches, I can say confidently, sit down and take their ballots very seriously. They don't allow anybody else to touch them, to have anything to do with who ranks where. It says coaches, can't be anybody else voting.
Ring, 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 ring. It's Josh Heupel. Hey, Coach, this is a 4-star. You've been calling me for the last couple of weeks. Just want to have a conversation with you right now, Coach. Sorry, kid. I am really concentrating on the coaches poll right now. Can I call you back?
Struggling in the 17 to 19 range. I want to make sure I get this right.
Sorry, kid. I'm busy.
Hey, responsibilities are responsibilities, okay?
Oh, man.
All I know is the coaches take the practice very seriously. So the Associated Press poll is out. Tennessee ranks number 15 in the country. SEC teams ahead of Tennessee. LSU is number 13. Missouri stands at number 11. Ole Miss is number 6. Bama 5. Texas 4. Georgia number 1.
My goodness.
Lane Kiffin's team, number 6 team in the country. Oklahoma is one spot behind Tennessee in the Associated Press poll, same as the coaches poll. So both polls have Tennessee number 15 and Oklahoma number 16. The AP poll ranks North Carolina State, Tennessee's week 2 opponent, number 24, one spot ahead of your Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm very excited for Iowa football this season. Very excited.
What have they done to McNamara?
I don't know.
What have you done to him?
I don't know, but
you poisoned him.
He can't be that bad. There has to be an Iowa offense effect.
He barely lost the quarterback battle to J.J. McCartney at Michigan and then transferred
top
to
10
Iowa.
pick in the NFL.
Yeah, like, what have you done to him?
The reference here is that Iowa, with its scrimmage over the weekend, had their quarterback, McNamara, charted at 7 of 21 passing for 20 yards. That's 2-0, 0 touchdowns, and an interception that was returned for a touchdown.
My goodness, man.
7 of 21 for 20 yards. So, and that's below a 3-yard per attempt average. So, the Associated Press ranks Tennessee number 15 in the country, same as the coaches poll, so the Vols know where they stand going in.
That's motivation every time we hit the practice field. AP poll, coaches poll, prove them wrong. Not really. No one inside the building is paying attention, honestly. But we are. We look forward to moving up after the second game of the season. You play a team that's ranked in the top 25, and then when you go on the road, you play Oklahoma, you win that game. We like watching those numbers get smaller at the beginning of the week. So, no different this year than it was in 2022. We did the same thing. We can make fun of it all we want to, but I know one thing. We pay attention to it during the season.
You want to be ranked lower than your opponents going in if you're a coach.
As a coach, yeah. And then after the game, as a fan, you want to be ranked higher.
I heard Doc Rivers note that with the Bucs not being chosen for a Christmas game, he's very excited. The Christmas game is supposed to be the teams they're going to highlight. He said he's very excited. He gets to stay home with his family. But he's going to go tell his team they don't think you're good enough for Christmas this year. They don't view you as one of the marquee teams.
Doc need to do something because it's not looking good for Doc with the Bucs. But yeah, that's what you do. You tell your team what they need to hear so they can play their best. And as a position coach, you tell your individual players what they need to hear sometimes to pull out the best of them.
So Tennessee number 15 in the country in both the coaches and the Associated Press poll. 865-656-9900 is how you can join us. Back to Tennessee's football team having scrimmaged on Friday. There were several key players who either were limited or did not participate to preserve their health. You said you were very happy to see Cooper Mays jogging off the field so that he would not stand chance of being injured on it. Dylan Sampson getting a break, so that meant Deshaun Bishop, you're up, I believe, up first as the number 2 running back, then Peyton Lewis behind him, Khalifa Keith also an option at running back. We did get this from Matt. The Jordan Thomas loss is big, but not big enough where I will alter my win-loss total for the weekend. who are the guys on this year's team that if they got hurt, you might think of changing your projections for this year. Here's my list. Nico, Cooper Mays, Dylan Sampson, James Pierce. Is that the list or anyone else that I should add?
You better add a tackle on there.
Yeah, if they lost the starting offensive tackle, again, this is change win-loss total. Part of it would depend on where you are. If they lost Peely or Arion Carter, how would that affect?
Possible. I think you should throw Brew in there too.
Okay.
And Brew's the leader of your group.
A reason I say part of it depends on where you are. If you're 10-2, that means you're not leaving much margin for error. If you're 9-3, which is where you and I have been to this point, that is allowing a little more margin for error. Part of that, I'm considering at least, you're probably going to deal with some injuries.
Yeah, I throw in McCoy too.
Jermod McCoy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You're playing against a loaded group of quarterbacks this year who are experienced. I mean, Grayson McCall, NC State. You're playing against old boy Georgia, old boy Alabama. Like, you got some quarterbacks that's going to be really tough to face, and it's good to have your best corner out there.
Well, I would also say this, like week 4, when Tennessee goes to Oklahoma, I think one of the reasons for confidence is their offensive line questions. And Jackson Arnold, to this point, one of the questions about him going in, despite all his playmaking and talent, is his potential to turn the ball over.
He had a rough day, I guess.
But if Tennessee doesn't have its playmaking corners, are you as likely to make a play on the ball? I don't know. So you want your defensive playmakers out there to try to force a big mistake by Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, you put a lot of pressure on your defensive line if you're having some of your top DBs out. Like, yeah, they're good. They have a chance to be really, really, really good, borderline great. Don't tell Rodney I said that. They have a chance. But if your DBs are not where they need to be in man-to-man situations, then all that's for naught, it seems like. So you got to stay healthy. Like, again, a lot of it is luck, but you got to throw in Jermon McCoy because he's Tennessee's best pass defender.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to a question we had Friday on the show. What position group could they lose somebody? And you'd be like, okay, they can still hold up. And we were essentially just saying the defensive line.
Yeah, they'd be okay. Even if James Pierce, has to miss some time, I think defensive line will still be really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
Will they be as dominant with arguably the best pass rusher in college football? No, but they'll be really talented. With a guy like Joshua Joseph, who is kind of foaming at the mouth to prove that he is as good as James Pierce. Because when those two came in, I didn't know which one was better. I just thought they both were good. And then James Pierce was like, I'm better. That's me. But at the beginning, I didn't know that LSU game because both of those guys were making plays.
Yeah.
So if you are Joshua Joseph, it's time to prove that you're better. You may not be, but you certainly want to have that mentality.
Drew in beautiful Farragut texted, did Peyton Lewis play in the scrimmage Friday? If so, how did he look?
It was hard to judge the running backs because the defensive line really dominated so much, but I had a buddy bring this up to me. He said, man, he got thighs like Saquon Barkley. And I was like, you know what? He sure does. He got big thighs, and that's what you want from your running back, man. That is screaming explosiveness. It's screaming your ability to break tackles. If he can catch the ball out of the backfield, if he can do a good job of reading the hole properly in pass pro, Peyton Lewis will be a really good, productive freshman for us.
I guess they got their pass protection tested Friday, right? And by the way, the quarterbacks are off limits, can't hit them.
No, you can't hit him at all. But yeah, it was rough on the offensive line. Again, you had a couple guys out, and Pierce got to the quarterback so fast. One play, I was like, that's not fair. Somebody throw the flag. Put James Pierce on the sideline. That's not fair. James Pierce shouldn't be going against second-team guys. That's not fair. But, hey, you got to learn. That's how you get better. You got to go out there and be prepared to go against guys like James Pierce because Alabama and Georgia, they got guys who can rush the passer too.
Yeah, in the past I have advocated for a one Mississippi rule on certain guys. Like I think I said that about Will Anderson 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
James Pierce, if this rule existed, if it had been adopted, he would be a one Mississippi guy, where he has to count one Mississippi before he's allowed to begin his rush, just like backyard football.
The worst part of Friday scrimmage for me is seeing how hyped the defense was, how they was chanting and cheering and had to be held off the field because they were so excited cheering on their teammates. And I looked over there. I saw Jonathan Wade over there. He over there cheering and stuff too. I just wanted to throw a football and hit him in the head, man. I was so disgusted. Friday watching the offense struggle against the defense. I was conflicted, man, because the defense is Tennessee's defense.
Right.
It's my school's defense. But again,
they have power tees on their helmets too.
It was rough, man. It was rough for your boy Friday.
Are you hoping that UT Chattanooga will score on its opening drive in the season opener?
No, I don't want them to score. I don't want them to gain a yard.
I mean, the Vols won't be at risk of losing the game. This isn't a Georgia State situation.
Care. Leave no doubt.
I didn't know if you needed something to throw back at Wade, something like that.
No. I don't have anything right now. I don't have anything.
But think about it. If UTC gets the ball first and they score, let's say a field goal. They drive down the field and they score, and then the offense comes down and scores. You can text Wade,
Field goal.
Look at the offense having to bail the defense out.
No.
Something like that.
No. Field goal? No, I want a shutout. When you play teams like UT Chattanooga.
Who?
No offense, UT Chattanooga. I don't even know how to say that.
With all due respect to the Bucks.
With all due respect, I want a shutout. Okay. I feel like anytime you paying a team to come here, a shutout should be the expectation.
That should be one of their parting gifts. A check and no points.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta earn your check.
Earn your check with your whooping.
That's
right. We'll come back, 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us, we will continue our discussion on the number 15 team in the country. The AP poll is out. Tennessee comes in at number 15 in the just-released poll as we continue the discussion on Josh and Swain.
Bring a whole new meaning to your backyard barbecue with a new deck. Tennessee Home is your local trusted deck and fencing specialist. Call today for a free, no-pressure design appointment at 865-304-0955 or visit them online, TennesseeHome.us.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
SEC football news, Texas A&M running back Reuben Owens is expected to miss the entire season after suffering a lower body injury during a scrimmage on Saturday. Owens had 743 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns and was named an SEC all-freshman selection during his first year last season. He was a top 50 recruit in the 2023 recruiting class and was expected to be a top playmaker in Texas A&M's offense under new coach Mike Elko. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:45. The Guardians host the Cubs. The Cardinals visit the Reds. The Astros take on the Rays. 7 o'clock, Red Sox host the Rangers. At 7:40, the Royals visit the Twins. 8:15, Dodgers visit the Brewers. The White Sox host the Yankees. At 9:45, the Blue Jays visit the Angels. The Diamondbacks host the Rockies. Pirates take on the Padres. And the Braves visit the Giants. Tennessee Smokies beat the Chattanooga Lookouts 5-4 yesterday. They've won 7 of their last 8 and have a 10-game lead on the Southern League's North Division. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Fellas, there are signs we need to pay attention to, not ignore them. These signs include loss of muscle mass. If you notice that, weight gain, maybe you're feeling tired, you're grumpy, you're noticing a lack of motivation and drive. These are signs of low testosterone levels. The way we can find out is to get those levels checked. Low T Center has a simple process to allow you to get your results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not your typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone with customized therapy, or TRT. This is for each and every patient. The experts there at Low T Center have over a decade of experience helping patients like you, potentially, achieve life-changing results. And most health insurance is accepted for treatment. For established patients with stable T levels, they offer a convenient physician-monitored self-inject treatment plan that is shipped to your house each and every month without the need to go into the center for those weekly visits. Also, you can get your health evaluated for treatment with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. You can look your best, you can feel your best with Low T Center. First, go to the website. That's lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hi, I'm your annoying dad that follows you around everywhere, ruining your life. Like when you hope to finance that car, not approved. Paying for dinner with a credit card in front of friends, embarrassingly declined. Bills piling up, harassing creditors, and you can't pay me off because the interest is so high, you can barely make the minimum. So what are you going to do? You're stuck with me. Give me your best shot.
Got debt? Knock out annoying debt with a loan from Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Now through September 30th, get up to $500 to refinance your existing debt with us. Visit atfcu.com for details. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, your less red tape banking alternative, a place where you belong.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One.
Frazier's, I like your style.
At Frazier's, we understand you want selection because flooring transforms a room. Contemporary porcelain subway tiles and cool neutrals, or wood-look ceramic and aged rustic tones can create kitchens and bathrooms that say wow and welcome. Warm, cozy carpet can create a wonderful space to make real, lasting memories with your kids. Distressed hardwood with a reclaimed country modern look can make kitchens or great rooms inviting and stylish. And no one understands all these flooring options like Frazier's. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let Frazier's come to you for a free in-home estimate, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Are you the biggest Vol fan in your neighborhood? Well, this is your chance to show it. The Sports Animal has teamed up with Christmas Decor Plus More to give you the ultimate Vol house this football season. Text LIGHTS to 656-9900 to sign up and have your house decorated in orange and white and Vol-themed lights this football season. One lucky winner will be chosen. With the season right around the corner, it's not too early to deck your halls with the Vols. More details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
You run a great local business. Unfortunately, it's buried on page 15 when people search for your service online. Thankfully, there's Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost helps your business increase your online presence. Don't get overshadowed by large corporations when your neighbors need your business the most. You work too hard to go unnoticed. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost today at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
This report is sponsored by Gun Owners of America.
This August 17th and 18th, head to the Knoxville Convention Center for the Second Amendment Summit by Gun Owners of America. Discover new products from top vendors like Smith & Wesson, Henry Repeating Rifles, Canik, and more. For info, visit gunowners.org.
We're tracking another beautiful afternoon out there with a light breeze out of the north around 10 to 15 miles per hour at times, and that'll help to keep temperatures feeling even better out there. High temperatures topping out right around 87, but that low humidity makes it with a very comfortable feel. Get outside and enjoy. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com. Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. One step closer to the start of the college football season, the Associated Press poll coming out. Here's a what does it mean stat of the day. Swain, you ready for this?
What you got?
Brett McMurphy, longtime college football reporter, noting that Ohio State is ranked number 2. They're in the top 2 of a preseason poll for the 18th time in school history, the 6th time in the past 9 years. But did you know Ohio State has never won the national title when starting the year ranked number 1 or number 2? My guess as to what it means is nothing.
It means nothing.
But I note that for you. In the previous 17 times that they've started the season ranked in the top 2, they did not win the national title.
Didn't you pick Ohio State to win it this year?
They have been my national title lean. I will factor this into my official pick, which is yet to come out.
Are you leaning more towards Ohio State than other teams?
I'm leaning more toward the Buckeyes, yes.
Gotcha. So, you picking Ohio State to win championship. I got it. Got a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
Is that worse for their chances to win it than this poll stat that Brett McMurphy put out?
I mean, it's a really good educated guess because Harbaugh's no longer in Michigan. They lost a lot of players. Their schedule's soft, and they got a lot of talent that they acquired and already had. So,
their roster's loaded. That's
yeah.
That's the reason, and their schedule is more allowable. Like, I think there's a good chance they lose at Oregon on October 12th, but run the table the rest of the way and win a rematch against Oregon and get the 1 or 2 seed in the playoff. So first round bye, that's a lot of the reason. They'll have one of the 2 or 3 best rosters in the playoff.
Yeah.
And I think they have as good of a chance to be there as anybody and should have a favorable draw compared to most.
Oh, they should be. They should be the favorite.
Although there's a chance that scenario that I just mentioned plays out, and Oregon ends up the 5 seed by losing the Big Ten title game, and then gets the better second round draw, getting to face the 4 seed, which got the bye. Because the 5 would play the 4, because the 5 gets to host a group of 5 team, most likely, in the first round.
Is it better for Tennessee to be on the road at Columbus, like J.D. Pickle had us going?
Yeah, J.D. Pickle had Tennessee as the 11 in the playoff, playing at Ohio State, the 6 seed.
Or on the road at Oregon. One is further away.
Yep, that's Eugene.
Less fans probably will be there. The other is closer, but probably against a harder squad.
Harder squad. I don't want to be playing in Columbus, Ohio, December 20th.
Let's just get the number 1 seed. That makes it a lot easier.
That's the better way. If Tennessee goes 13-0, I like their chances to contend for the title. So just do that.
After what I saw on Friday, I mean, all you got to do is kick a field goal and win the game. Defense, unstoppable.
Coaches like challenges, right? They like to push themselves to new heights. Maybe Josh Heupel has said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see how few points I can score per game and still go win it all.
That don't sound like something Heupel would do. But he has a defense, potentially, that can help him when the offense is, sputtering. It happened in 22 versus Pittsburgh. Your defense held things together for the most part and then gave your offense time to still be able to make a play when they needed one, and you won the game. So you got a better defense this year to help with that.
To be clear, I was totally kidding. Josh Heupel wants to score as many points as quickly as he possibly can.
Josh Heupel wants to score every freaking time he gets the ball. I'm seeing Heupel with these backward hats during practice. I want to see him with a backward hat during the game. At Oklahoma. That's what I want to see.
I want to see him turn the hat backward on a 3rd and goal call on offense. Right before he makes the call, he flips it around.
You know how, they say Steph Curry, they call him Chef Curry? And
Yep,
they put
he was cooking this past weekend.
He definitely do that. And they put the chef hat on him. When Josh Heupel starts cooking, he needs to turn the hat backwards. That's when you know Heupel's cooking.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. I want to see Heupel turn that hat backwards in the game, on the sideline.
Hey, Chip texted us earlier talking about the Vol scrimmage on Friday, asking why was Will Brooks starting at safety? Is that a bad sign how the secondary is right now, or was he out there because of players sitting out? I think Will Brooks is pushing for a starting spot at safety. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Will Brooks is your safety right now. Yep, he knows the system. He's been in position. He's done everything the coach has asked him to do. And so right now, he is the most trusted safety. And so, Jacoby Thomas and other guys.
Yeah, Turntine.
Once they are better. Now, I think Turntine's starting safety on the other side.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Turntine and Will Brooks.
But as far as Christian Charles and Jacoby Thomas and some of those other guys, like when they're more consistent, and then they'll be out there. So I don't look at that and go, oh, my gosh, we're going to stink on defense. I mean, I look at it and go, hey, how about that for Will Brooks? He's elevated his game to be in that position rather than, oh, man, the talent is so bad and we're so bad that a former walk-on is starting. Now, it may turn out like that during the game when we play NC State, but I don't feel that way today.
During the offseason, the most common answer, whether it was a local conversation or a national viewpoint of Tennessee, when the question of what is your biggest question about Tennessee's team, often the response was the secondary. From a personnel standpoint, that still probably remains the case midway through camp, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan Thomas is lost with an injury at star. Young players are trying to get on the field. Everybody's new, whether it's somebody like Andre Turntine, who's been a part of the program, but until the end of last season was a reserve who's not really seeing playing time. So it's a brand new secondary from what fans saw last year, the last couple of years, from a personnel standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I don't envy the coaches today because every 6 months you're recruiting new players and you're recruiting your own players to stay. And while doing that, you're talking to them about opportunities that they have to play on top of what they can be compensated for. And I don't think anyone had Will Brooks right now as your starting safety. And I wonder how some of those guys feel at this point of fall camp, not having a better position or better grasp on that position as safety. Now, you still got 2 weeks to go. You can take the job. We saw Turntine have the job at this stage of fall camp last year, only for Jalen McCullough to be the starting safety the rest of the season. So there's plenty of time for those guys to start and be the starting safety or nickel or whatever. They just need to understand you got to prove to the coaches, man. Like, you have to prove to the coaches how consistent you are, and you have to pass the test. There's a test. This is the test. Fall camp is the test. Will Brooks has been here longer. He knows what Tim Banks wants. He knows what Willie Martinez is what he wants. You got to pass the test.
In a little more than 15 minutes, we'll talk to somebody who knows the position. Roman Harper of ESPN and the SEC Network, played safety in the league for 10 years, will join us. So we'll talk to him coming up at the start of the 1 o'clock hour. We invite you to join us along the way. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. Call or text in to be a part of the show as we continue the discussion. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio, free on the app, free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere. From recruiting to signing day to the orange and white game to SEC media days to reporting for fall practice to the games to bowl season and back to recruiting. Our season never ends. Football season's year-round on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Wedding season is here. It's basically what's going on all summer long. Hey, this is Heather. If you need jewelry for your big day, then look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. They're located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. And TK, he's been in business for years. He's got everything bridal, from a huge selection of engagement rings, but you maybe have already crossed that off, Do you need a matching wedding band? Do you need a gift for the bride to open the morning of the wedding? And ladies, do you need to hook your girls, all your bridesmaids, up with a beautiful and affordable gift that they can cherish forever? TK Wheeler Jewelers has it all, whether you're looking for great gold bangle bracelets, beautiful diamond stud earrings, different necklace pendants. My necklace, I wear it every single day from TK Wheeler Jewelers. It's just 3 gold discs with the initials of my favorite 3 boys on them. So when you're looking for those special gifts, look no further than my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
O'Reilly. Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select, Select Pro, or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore quality braking and improve stopping performance with parts and advice from the professional parts people. Save money now when you visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Ready for a new adventure? The new school year and fall are right around the corner. Let McGee Tyson Airport help you kick off the season of new beginnings. Whether it's back to school, a family trip, or just getting away for the weekend, start your journey with a smile. Jet off to Jacksonville, Florida, Washington, D.C., or a nonstop to St. Louis. Book your tickets now at flyknoxville.com.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One.
Frazier's, I like your style.
At Frazier's, we understand you want selection because flooring transforms a room. Contemporary porcelain subway tiles and cool neutrals or wood look ceramic and aged rustic tones can create kitchens and bathrooms that say wow and welcome. Warm, cozy carpet can create a wonderful space to make real, lasting memories with your kids. Distressed hardwood with a reclaimed country modern look can make kitchens or great rooms inviting and stylish. And no one understands all these flooring options like Frazier's. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let Frazier's come to you for a free in-home estimate, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation.
Frazier's, I like your style.
Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
They're here. Not poltergeist. Even worse, stink bugs, box elders, and even ladybug impersonators, Asian beetles. Let Thomas Pest Solutions protect your home from these invaders. This house is clean. Call Thomas Pest Solutions now for a free quote and get half off a fall invader treatment with a general pest treatment. Call Thomas Pest Solutions, 566-8444. No obligations, no binding contracts. Thomas Pest Solutions. We believe in solutions, not control. Goodbye, bugs.
I'm Michael Jenkins helping you beat the books with BetQL. The Cubs take their 4-game winning streak into Cleveland tonight with a matchup against the Guardians. Chicago is suddenly 3 games out of the wild card spot, the final wild card spot in the National League, and will send Shota Imanaga to the mound. Despite that recent run, the BetQL model is actually backing the AL Central leaders. Their best bet in the major leagues today is grabbing Cleveland at even money against Chicago. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Evan suggests that Will Brooks could be the defensive Ladd McConkey.
Okay. Ladd McConkey was a scholarship player at Georgia. He wanted to come to Tennessee, but we don't need to go into that. Tennessee didn't think he was good enough at the time, but he goes to Georgia and is
a story from the past. Swain.
He was a first round draft pick, but he was a scholarship player at Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just a second rounder.
Oh,
just to set the record straight. He only went in the second round.
Excuse me. Top of the second round?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He's a Charger. He was the 34th pick. He was one of the very first picks of day 2.
The Florida receiver went first round, at the end of the first round.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah. My bad.
We'll see. I think it's obvious why fans might have concern if Will Brooks starts at safety.
He
natural. Also will have a chance to show that he should be a starting safety on a defense that has big expectations this year. Tennessee's defense has big expectations for this fall. So both things can be true. That the concern is easy to explain and that his potential is still to beat out those expectations.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's doing something well to beat out players who are more athletic than him. Potentially. So you look at some of the transfers that we got. I mean, it's no different than looking at high school players, right? All right. What schools could they have went to if it wasn't Tennessee? Well, if Tennessee beat small schools out or schools that are not going to compete for a championship out for those services, then we can't be necessarily surprised that Will Brooks has a strong arm on the starting position right now. Give it some time. Let things play out. This happened last year with Turntine and McCullough.
That's why you scrimmage. That's why you go through fall camp. To figure these battles out.
Got to figure it out. It's a good problem to have when you have options. First day of practice, number 24 stood out to me in Matthews. And I think he's going to be getting more opportunities with how he has been practicing and some opportunities that may be presented to him.
We will come back. We have 2 hours to go. We'll begin hour number 2, talking to Roman Harper, analyst for ESPN and the SEC Network, coming up next on Josh and Swain.
When you have sports mixed with your pop culture, along with humor and celebrity interviews, your earbuds are enjoying The Rich Eisen Show.
Jerry Jones, when he said we're going all, I thought Derrick Henry is going to be out there, go get a couple of free agents, add them to the Cowboys, and instead, as we all know, they didn't do very much in free agency at all. What a difference we'd be talking about the Dallas Cowboy chances of winning it all this year if that guy was there.
Who may not have wanted to go to Dallas.
I don't know about that. Why would you want to do that?
Ravens are a little bit better of a football team, maybe?
Search for The Rich Eisen Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
Hey, it's Josh. If you are searching for plumbing help, get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They can help you if you run into a problem, if something needs to be fixed, if you need professional help with any type of plumbing question. Get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing, a local company that I have relied on at my home. They have helped us with a problem that we ran into last spring when we had an underground leak at my home. They came out, told us what was going on and what it would take to fix it, gave us an upfront price, and fixed it for us. We have relied on Wilson Brothers Plumbing on a project with needing something moved outside our house. They were able to take care of it for us. If you are planning a remodeling job at your home, Wilson Brothers Plumbing can help. They continue to adapt to industry standards. They continue to make sure they're educated and ready to go for whatever situation you might have when you call. You can visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com to learn more or to schedule service. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Summer is officially here, and if you want to be cooking in a new kitchen by the time company is coming over for the holidays, then now's the time to get started. Hey, this is Heather Harrington for Kitchen Sales. It's hard to put into words how much absolute joy our kitchen renovation has brought us. The team at Kitchen Sales completely outdid themselves. They made suggestions to knock out some walls and actually start using a formal dining room that was dead space before. And by doing an open concept kitchen, we also had the space for a new 11 by 4 foot island. We took our little bitty island and juiced it up as big as we could, and I doubled the storage in my kitchen. And it's really pretty. I can be cooking dinner while my kids are doing homework or playing with Play-Doh, and everybody's got enough space. It's seriously time for you to see what Kitchen Sales can do for your home. They've got 2 great locations, Hoyt Avenue in downtown just off Cherry Street, or in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy in West Knoxville. And you can always find them online at kitchensales.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website 99.1thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles. When Team USA needed a hero, it was Steph Curry who stepped up. Curry went off from 3 and won the gold. He might not be the best player of his generation. Most give that title to LeBron. But the Olympics were a reminder that Curry's not far off, and he'll end his career very high on the all-time player list. I'm Andrew Perloff.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights. Open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Save on O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner. Get 2 cans of O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner for just $8. Valid in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance. 687-8200.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Life's troubles aren't always fun, but there's a law group in town that will help you get them done. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. Alongside VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I am Josh Ward, and we are excited to begin this hour going to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline to welcome to the show former SEC and NFL defensive back, now a college football analyst with ESPN and the SEC Network, Roman Harper. Swain, this is going to be a friendly conversation, right? You're a former Tennessee wide receiver. Roman's a former Alabama defensive back. Sometimes those two things can clash, if I'm familiar with the history of the league.
Yeah. It's all good now, Roman. It's all good, man.
Well, Swain, you can be honest. You're from Alabama, dog. It's okay.
I know, man. I'm from Huntsville originally, but I've lived here in Knoxville longer, Roman, so I am officially a Tennessean, my friend. But, man, the battles that we used to have, I look back on them, man, they were awesome. It's what made college football great, SEC football great. As you look at the league this year, I look at the quarterbacks in this league, and for Tennessee, revamping the secondary will be very important for the secondary and the defense to be really good, going up against some really good quarterbacks in this league.
Yeah, that's my only concern that's my biggest concern with Tennessee is the defensive backfield. And being a defensive back myself, I understand that is the easiest and quickest way to lose a game is over the top of the defense. So as far as not just skill level or talent, but you also have to have communication and everybody being on the same page in the secondary, because guys in front of you miss tackles all the time that nobody sees or notices. But when the secondary is out of place or has a mental error or misses a tackle, that usually results in a touchdown. So they got to be better in that and sharper on that end, even more than they were last year, which we know at times Tennessee's secondary was an issue. So when you lose all of those guys, then you just had another injury on top of that. The secondary is a concern and a question mark for me for the Tennessee Volunteers.
You mentioned the tackling in space, the tackling in general. How do you have that balance during the season, the preseason, when you want to work on tackling, but at the same time you want to keep your guys safe and not get hurt? You played in the league for a long time. Guys at that level know exactly how to practice without hitting each other and being in pads. What's the balance at the collegiate level?
Well, you got to learn how to tackle. There is no balance. The only way to get better at something is you got to do it. You have to tackle. I know we always talk about injuries and concerns about this, but you still have to practice tackling. And tackling, in all honesty, 65, 70% of it is attitude. Attitude, what does that mean? I want to get the guy down. How bad do you want to get that guy down? So you can't have guys turning shoulders, not being afraid of it. So 65 to 70% of the tackle is want to and how much you want to get them down. And the other 25 is technique, making sure I have a tackle plan. Certain running backs deserve and earn your right to say, hey, I need a tackle plan when I'm approaching this guy in the hole. And so where am I going to try and hit this guy at? How low am I trying to go on this guy? And when I'm going low, am I making sure I'm bringing my arms to wrap and roll and try and tackle, come up with a body part? So these are the things that you have to do. And even at the highest level, because they don't have time to actually teach a whole bunch of tackling all the way to the ground, you still practice the forms, the formalities of tackling, running your feet, high hands, high hats, all those other little things. So it's ways to do it, and I don't want to use the excuse of, we don't want to get anybody hurt. And when in college you got walk-ons, and not trying to say you just throw the walk-ons out there, but you got way more bodies to practice with in college than you do in the NFL.
We're talking to ESPN and SEC Network analyst Roman Harper, and the league sees Texas and Oklahoma coming in this upcoming season. Roman, when you look at the top 7 or 8, maybe you'd go deeper than that, but the top teams in the SEC that are all thinking, hey, let's go compete in the league but also contend for a playoff spot, how wide is the gap from team to team? How comparable do you think the top 7, 8, 10 teams are in the league?
Well, I think it's a lot of the haves and the have-nots this year. For me, that's what I'm thinking. And so, especially when it comes to Texas, Oklahoma, I think Texas has a much more schedule conducive to their success. I'm looking at it. I think they should beat Michigan. This is not the same Michigan team early in the season. Then, other than that, they got 3 games that I care about. They got Georgia at home, which, they lost to Alabama home a couple years ago, so they want to try and rebound from that. And then you got Oklahoma at the Red River Rivalry, and then you got Texas A&M at the end of the year. Now, Oklahoma, on the other hand, to me, Oklahoma will be the barometer in which every team is judged upon this year. Whatever your record is versus Oklahoma will depend on whether you will be one of the opportunity to be a have at the end of the year or you will be a have-not. Lucky for you guys, Tennessee plays them in their first their first SEC game, but it's in Norman, so you guys got to be aware of the Sooner magic that goes on up there in Norman, usually whenever they play there. So that'd be a good test, especially with Heupel going back, that all the emotions. It's going to be. I'm really, really looking forward to that matchup. But, Oklahoma plays Tennessee, Auburn, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, and LSU. So those teams all have a lot of aspirations of doing bigger than just winning the SEC. A lot of these teams are talking about playoff caliber teams. And so whatever their record is versus Oklahoma can really start to slot you in the dependence of where you're going to be if you're trying to be a playoff team or if you're trying to compete for the SEC or just be better as far as the ranking of the SEC teams.
As a defender, how much does a young, talented quarterback affect you on defense? I mean, you play for the Saints, you play for Alabama. You guys have had your fair share of young quarterbacks come in. You would think that it only affects the offense, but it affects the defense too. How much does it affect you being a defender?
So, am I on that team with the young quarterback? Or
Yes, sir.
Like I'm
Yes, sir. Yeah, on the
okay,
team.
So,
like Tennessee right now with Nico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because not I'm like, bro, I'm finna feast if it's a young guy. But anyway, if I'm on the team, I'm totally different. That's why I had to ask, Jason. But totally different. I think you got to be aware of that mistakes will be made. Mm-hmm. And so especially when we're on the road early in the season, like you got to earn the trust of your teammates. And that I'm talking about the quarterback on that side of it. So the quarterback has to continue to try and protect the football. Make sure he's being a good teammate when things don't go right because things will not go right all the time. Same thing on the defensive side. It's got to be a complete team effort. And so as the battles start to happen and as you start to win some games here and there, like all that trust and things like that will be built. But early on, it's a lot of pressure on the defense to make sure we're keeping ourselves into the game. We're not putting too much pressure on our young quarterback to where now, we're giving up 28, 35, 42 points. Where now the offense has to try and compete with that and try and get up to 49, 50-something points. That's just really hard to do and really hard to really want to commit to having an offense that's having to put up points like that and put the pressure on the quarterback to be able to complete these passes when teams are going to be throwing all kinds of stuff at them just because of his youth and lack of experience. But I like what Nico has done. I think he will be a much more accurate thrower naturally than Joe Milton. It seems like the ball comes out of his hand that way, but we'll have to see because Bazooka Joe could throw it a mile, but he struggled with completing normal passes and especially some of the deep balls. So, but if the deep ball is back alive, Tennessee will be more explosive offensively, and maybe him being on that side of the ball alleviates some pressure on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, does that Roman Harper is with us? Does that add to your intrigue for the game you mentioned a few minutes ago, Tennessee, Oklahoma? That's the first SEC game for both Nico and then Jackson Arnold, their second-year quarterback they're excited about.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm fired up about that game. I mean, we can talk about the coaches too, and those type of elements that just kind of adds the media buzz and gives us something to talk about. But none of the coaches are playing, so that really doesn't matter as much as we all try and think it is. The players are still trying to win the game as much as they can, and maybe it's a little bit of added emphasis if you want to try and revenge something for your coach, right? We'll take anything to get us fired up about something, but that is what I'm looking forward to. Jackson Arnold's a young guy that has all the talent in the world. I think he was actually the higher-rated quarterback coming out of high school between the two. And then Nico, at the end of the day, Nico got the check. So when you get the check, it comes with a little bit of experience or expectations of what we expect out of this young man. So really him getting on the field on time when he's supposed to. Both of these guys are playing earlier. And that's because of the way they were rated, the way they were ranked, or whatever we gave them coming out of high school to get on our campuses. And so with these expectations, I'm looking for the lofty goals, especially Tennessee. When you have such a great coming out party with Josh Heupel at the helm, getting the 10 games with Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, and those guys really a couple years ago, winning 10 games when nobody said that they could do it except myself, and then kind of having a slower year last year to now year 3, year 4, that's when we all think teams should really be kicking into high gear. But the transfer report on some other things, it's a year-to-year basis right now. So how good can Tennessee be? I think a lot depends on what Nico and his arm does and protecting the quarterback, but then defensively trying to shore up that secondary.
As a New Orleans Saints great, can you give us, your opinion on Tennessee's Alontae Taylor? You've been keeping up with the Saints secondary. I know Alontae has been making some plays early in his career.
Yeah, man, he's kind of made his way as a nickel in that defense, and he's it's just so hard in the NFL. And not trying to hate on Alontae at all. I think he's done well, But you have to learn how to be good in the league. And so when you're around a whole bunch of other younger guys, they got a couple vets in that room, but he's a young nickel. And so when you're a young nickel, like the defense and the quarterbacks read off what the nickel is doing to kind of tell you what the defense is doing. And so when you're trying to show pressure, when you're trying to give blitz looks, because you have to be able to be physical enough to play against the run at the nickel, but then also good enough in man-to-man skills to where now you can hold up in the slot versus these top-tier guys where all the number one receivers now also play in the slot. So you got your lunch pail every single weekend when you're playing the nickel in the NFL. It's like playing point guard in the NBA where there's no nights off. So that part of it's going to be harder, and it'll be interesting to see how he continues to grow. And not only that, but then also, like, you can never stay the same. Like, you got to get better. Year 2, year 3. By year 4, you got to be kicking on high cylinders, or the teams are looking at you like, well, are we moving on or are we keeping this guy? So that's the thought process that you got to do, is that the player I am in year 1, year 2, I can no longer be that same player. I can no longer make some of those same mental errors or some of the mistakes body positioning-wise that I made in the early years, because now 3 and 4, I want to really start to showcase myself and get ready to get paid and get that second deal.
Hey, Roman, I forgot, as you mentioned a moment ago, that you were so high on Tennessee's football team going into the 22 season. I think you had them 10-2, right, which they ended up doing.
I was the only one. I just remind everybody, I was the only one.
That'll be celebrated here locally.
The only one. That's all I heard. The only one.
Yeah. Have you done record predictions for this upcoming season yet? I don't know if I missed them or not. Do you have one for Tennessee, what you think the Vols will do this fall?
I have not. Now, I haven't given it publicly or anything. Now, this year's a little bit differently. I'm not as bullish on them, and that's because of the secondary, honestly. I got some compadres that are now way more bullish on Tennessee than I am. But for me, I'm more hesitant because I know less. When you guys were 10-2, that Hendon Hooker had just started coming back because he had taken over the starting spot from Milton the year before. Like, I just felt it. The team, the schedule set up well, which the schedule sets up well again for Tennessee. They have Alabama at home. They have some of their other tougher games at home. So Tennessee's schedule sets up nice for them. They don't have as much of a gauntlet as we believe them to have, or what some of the other teams in the SEC may have. So because of that, you're going to have a chance. But you're dealing with a young quarterback who's going to make mistakes, right? He's not going to be perfect. That's understandable. And he can be lights out, but he's not going to be perfect. And then on the defensive secondary, for me, I'm a little bit more hesitant. So by week 3 or 4, I will know exactly what I got. But I couldn't be so bullish to sit up here and tell you a lie about what they're going to lose or what they're not going to be. And that's because of the lack of my knowledge on what the secondary piece is going to be.
That's fair. Yes, hey, before you go, one of the big unknowns is Alabama, of course, the coaching change. Kalen DeBoer's in there. Your alma mater. What do you know there? What do you want to find out about Alabama when they hit the field?
Great question, especially for you Tennessee guys up there, all Jason, turncoats. No, I'm just playing with you, bro. Anyways, I think Alabama, look, for all the schools and the universities, like a lot of my LSU fans and friends down there in Louisiana and New Orleans, like, you thought that you were going to be able to take a break. I just don't think that's it now that Saban's retired. I think Alabama, in a sense, Saban left the cupboards very full there. So talent is not going to be an issue. They still have a lot of talent. The offensive line, I anticipate to be much more physical group. And they're going to be better this year than they did last year. I think the Caden Proctor kid will come out and start a lot stronger than he did at any point in time last year. And I think the offense is actually catered to Jalen Milroe for the first time. Kalen DeBoer has been an offensive excellent mind. He's had a 1,000-yard rushing quarterback in South Dakota State. And he's also had Michael Penix, who threw it all over the ballpark in Indiana and also at Washington. So I think this guy, offensively minded, Kalen DeBoer I'm talking about, is really, really good and diverse. I've got to meet him. I love the fact that he's actually empowering those around him a lot more, right? Where Nick Saban kind of ran it with an iron fist. And trust me, he's got plenty of championships, and it works. But a different leadership role is just different. So it's going to take some time. And for me, I challenge all those Alabama fans that think they're just super, super committed and the greatest and the biggest Alabama fan to see how you react or what you do when the Alabama loses their first game. Because I don't think anybody's going undefeated in the SEC this year. So how does Alabama fans react? That will tell us the real emotions of it. But as far as Kalen DeBoer, you cannot argue with his record. The guy's won at every level. And I'm looking forward to seeing Alabama underneath his realm. And but for me, I would also challenge the defensive secondary on that team as well, because they're all very, very young. And we're going to have to see who comes along on that side of the ball. But I do expect the offense to be much more explosive and on time. And the offense will be the lead dog for that Alabama team, because the offense is actually built to cater Jalen Milroe's strengths.
Hey, Roman, I'll tell you this out the door. I still meet Alabama fans who I'll tell them what I do for a living, and then I tell them I host a show with Jason Swain. He signed with Tennessee in 2003. I still meet Alabama fans who tell me I'm not over Jason Swain not signing with Alabama 21 years ago, that they haven't gotten over it yet.
I was there. I totally understand, because you can't just be a top-tier talent in the state of Alabama and Alabama wants you. And you go to Tennessee, you cross that line, which, trust me, he's closer to Knoxville than he is Tuscaloosa. It makes sense. But I'm just telling you, him, Jason Allen, it was a whole deal those couple years in there. That's just the truth.
Hey, I had a good time with Brody Cole on my visit. Had a good time talking to AC and the boys. I feel more comfortable not blocking as a wide receiver. Roman, you understand.
Hey, I don't blame you, dog. Tennessee was better at the time. I get it. But you probably should have came on your visit with your boy. You would have had a better time.
You're probably right. I had a good time now. I ain't gonna lie, Roman. Hey, I had a good time now. I had a real good time.
Hey, Roman, great information. Love your work with ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks so much for taking time for us today.
Hey, man, thank you guys, man. Anytime, especially when my boy Swain hits me up. So anytime, you guys be good.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks, Roman. Roman Harper, former Alabama NFL defensive back, and now with ESPN and the SEC Network.
You know how hard it was?
Turncoat.
You know how hard it was for me to sit there and bite my tongue? All that Bama love on here. Oh, man. Whew. Prattville, Alabama. Roman Harper, Prattville High School. All he knows is Alabama.
Yep.
When you playing defense, it didn't matter. See, he even said he understood.
Yep. His question, just like many with Tennessee, secondary.
It's a valid question. I mean, it's a question that I have. I didn't get any answers from Friday's scrimmage, because defensive line was so dominant and so aggressive. But hopefully some guys to step up with the injury to Thomas. We have some other guys who are maybe a little sore. This is where depth comes into play. Do we see Christian Harrison step up and make some plays and be counted on? So we know about his father. We know it's in his blood. But who will be the 4 or 6 that are counted on during the games?
We'll continue the conversation, 865-656-9900. If you would like to be a part of it, call or text in at 865-656-9900. Appreciate Roman Harper joining us to begin this hour, as we're with you until 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
Listening to us on the air. Free. Listening on the app. Free. Listening on our website. Free. No subscription required. Just free sports talk.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery, now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a flat rate. If you're a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
Nothing raises the bar like Tennessee football.
40-yard attempt to win the game against Alabama. Waiting for the snap. There it is. The kick on the way, and that kick is knuckling toward the upright, and it's good. Just gets out of the upright.
All fans remember where they were when those memorable plays happened. As a sponsor of the radio coverage, your brand gets association with all the passion of Tennessee football.
Crank up Rocky Top. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Your brand can be associated with all the unbridled excitement around Tennessee football this fall. And there are packages available at every price point.
Guns for the end, so he's got a man there. The pass right inside. Caught. Touchdown, Tennessee.
The Vols are poised to have a great season, and you can ride the wave to a great fourth quarter by becoming a Tennessee football sponsor this fall. To learn more about associating your brand with a winner, email knoxvillesales@cumulus.com or call Director of Sales Kimberly Parker at 865-212-4503.
Are you tired of yelling over your loud ceiling or floor fans? Or is your old AC unit blowing out unbearable warm air? Then you should turn to the heating and cooling experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, voted one of Knoxville's best HVAC companies 7 years in a row. To beat the heat, it's crucial to have your air conditioning system in top condition to keep your family comfortable and safe. Pipe Wrench proudly installs and services York branded AC systems, along with other major HVAC brands you know and trust. We also offer repairs and preventative maintenance to identify and correct smaller issues before they become costly problems. We make it easy with free on-site estimates and free second opinions on repairs and replacements. And if budgets are tight this summer, we also offer 0% financing on new systems with no payments for up to 12 months with approved credit. Be sure to ask about our 10-year warranty on parts and labor so you won't spend an extra cent on unexpected costs. So call Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
Hi, this is Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711 with ProSource Home Buyers.
I'm VFL Todd Kelly Jr., and it's
19 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Proud of your restraint, Swain, says John in the text box.
I don't know how I feel about the interview. I just can't. I'm trying to separate Roman Harper from Alabama. I can't. I'm trying. It's hard to do. Him and Charlie Pepper, I remember. Safeties. Charlie went to go play for the Green Bay Packers. It was 2005. And I was lining up on the right side of the line of scrimmage. I had a post route. And for some reason, I had my chin strap unbuckled. I think there was a sweat in my eye, and I was trying to get my sweat out of my eye, and so I had my chin strap unbuckled. And I was trying to buckle it back before the snap of the football. And
you ran the play without it strapped, or without it snapped?
I was running with my helmet, like, jangling all over the place, and I barely could see, and I was trying to buckle it as I was running, and I didn't think Rick was going to throw it to me. He threw it to me. And it was and he threw it as hard as he could, because, Rick didn't have the strongest of arms, and he threw it far, super far. Shouldn't have thrown it. Charlie was just sitting there, looking like he's about to catch a punt. That's how easy that interception would have been. And he catches it, and I run by and I slap it out of his hands. And I was like, whew. I was so nervous and so worried that he would have picked that ball off. And on film, it would have shown me not even running with my chin strap fastened. It was it was a scary play for sure.
That was 05?
Yep, 05. So I remember going up against two NFL safeties that year.
Yeah, Roman was first team All SEC that year.
No, he was a stud, man. He was a stud.
And he has a ton of respect for you. You guys are cordial.
No, for sure.
But that day, he was probably saying, I got something for that turncoat. That's what he called you in the last segment.
Josh.
He said it that Saturday afternoon.
I'm pretty sure they had some feelings about, me being from Alabama and going to Tennessee. That's all good. I had feelings about them, too.
Sure.
I ain't like they little funky stuff either. They ain't like me. I ain't like them. But it's all love now. I got a lot of respect for, Richard Hendricks, who's doing a great job for SEC Network basketball. He's from Athens. Teammates or classmates with Wes Brown, former Tennessee defensive lineman. I got a lot of respect for Roman Harper and what he does. So it's all love now, for the most part, during the off season.
Yeah, there's still a little bit. just like Roman said, that's a good question for you Tennessee guys. You caught him slipping that in there.
He's a guest. I was going to treat him like a guest. I didn't want to say anything. I want him to be able to come back.
Yep.
But he wasn't slick with those little shots.
Proud of your restraint, says John. That was the one, by the way, in the 3-1 record you have against Bama.
Hey, I won't go say nothing.
That's one of those days where I'll let you bring it up.
I won't go say anything.
6-3 was that the final?
Yeah. that was Roman's all SEC performance, I'm sure, on display. That defense was really good. Our offense was terrible all year long, and that Bama defense was good, man. They broke out that year and went to the Cotton Bowl against Texas Tech that year. So they had a good season that year.
Yeah, the next year was terrible, and the year after that, Nick Saban was their head coach. Things changed very quickly down there in Tuscaloosa.
Correct.
You don't need an update since then.
I do not. We know what happened. But I was showing self-control. I'm very proud of myself. I turned the other cheek.
Rick in Chattanooga, tell Swain Kalen DeBoer will be like the Red Hulk. Tide will roll. Love it when Swain has to sit there as someone praises Bama. So you got Roll Tide Tyler and Rick in Chattanooga with a little trolling your way.
We'll see. We'll see about that. And keep that same energy. You heard Roman said the schedule is favorable for Tennessee and cited Alabama on the road.
Yeah, that's a huge game on both sides. It's always a big game. It's a huge game on both sides for how this season will play out. And Tennessee gets it in Knoxville. It's the week after Florida comes to town. So Florida, Bama, back-to-back, October 12th and the 19th. We'll come back. We'll continue the conversation looking ahead to Tennessee's season this upcoming fall. 19 days to go until Tennessee kicks off the season. 865-656-9900 for you to join us on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
SEC football news, Texas A&M running back Reuben Owens is expected to miss the entire season after suffering a lower body injury during a scrimmage on Saturday. Owens had 743 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns and was named an SEC all-freshman selection during his first year last season. He was a top 50 recruit in the 2023 recruiting class and was expected to be a top playmaker in Texas A&M's offense under new coach Mike Elko. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:45. 5, the Guardians host the Cubs. The Cardinals visit the Reds. The Astros take on the Rays. 7 o'clock, Red Sox host the Rangers. At 7:40, the Royals visit the Twins. 8:15, Dodgers visit the Brewers. The White Sox host the Yankees. At 9:45, the Blue Jays visit the Angels. The Diamondbacks host the Rockies. Pirates take on the Padres. And the Braves visit the Giants. Tennessee Smokies beat the Chattanooga Lookouts 5-4 yesterday. They've won 7 of their last 8 and have a 10-game lead on the Southern League's North Division. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about the great incentives they have for you right now at Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. If you go to Ted Russell Lincoln on Kingston Pike, right next to Walker Springs Road, they have low interest rates as low as 0% APR for 60 months on the 2024 Lincoln Navigator, plus no payments for 90 days. That's at Ted Russell Lincoln. If you are looking for great customer experience with luxury vehicles that you can find at Ted Russell Lincoln, they will help you find the best. A 24 Lincoln Aviator with rates as low as 0% for 60 months. You can also find great savings like that and low interest rates on brand new Ford vehicles, 0% available on the Ford Expedition and Ford Explorer when you shop at Ted Russell Ford. Take advantage of the incentives they have right now, midway through August, starting to move toward 2025. You can shop and save right now on Parkside Drive and on Kingston Pike at Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. With interest rates reaching their highest in 20 years, Frazier's is primed and prepared to help you get those new floors without stress and anxiety. We make it easy with no money down and free financing for 18 months. That's what 70 years and 4 generations of expertise and relationships can do, and we do it to help you. Plus, as always, free in-home estimates, free in-home shopping, and free in-home design consultation. We'll bring the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, and more to you, all with no money down and free financing for up to 18 months. Call Frazier's today at 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
It's time to get inked at the 12th Annual Knoxville Tattoo Convention, August 16th through 18th at the World's Fair Park Exhibition Hall. Get tattooed on the spot from over 200 top tattoo artists. See the sideshow performances, catch the burlesque show, tattoo contests, art fusion, piercings, and shop from an assortment of unique vendors. Check the ink at the link, KnoxvilleTattooConvention.com. Weekend passes are available. The 12th Annual Knoxville Tattoo Convention, brought to you by Ambition Tattoos, sponsored by Hudson's House of Ink. Are you the biggest Vol fan in your neighborhood? Well, this is your chance to show it. The Sports Animal has teamed up with Christmas Decor Plus More to give you the ultimate Vol house this football season. Text LIGHTS to 656-9900 to sign up and have your house decorated in orange and white and Vol-themed lights this football season. One lucky winner will be chosen. With the season right around the corner, it's not too early to deck your halls with the Vols. More details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Let's see, landscapers I can afford. All right, searching affordable landscapers near me. Here we go.
Right here, sir. How can we help?
It's the same ones I saw last time.
Sir, we're right here and reasonably priced. Why is he not seeing us?
It looks like the ugly yard stays.
Sir, can you not see us?
Nope, he can't see you because you're buried deep in the list of local landscapers. You're invisible online. Introducing Cumulus Boost. Get a boost. Get found. Get on the map. Learn more at cumulusboost.com.
His Security and Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
This report is sponsored by Russell's Pest Control. Mosquitoes can be a nuisance, but they're dangerous too. Russell's Pest Control provides effective and reliable mosquito control services to protect you and your family year-round. To get your free quote, call or visit russellspest.com today. Russell's Pest Control, your local mosquito control experts.
A beautiful Monday afternoon on tap for us as we're tracking plenty of sunshine. That low humidity is sticking around as well. We're also dealing with a nice breeze out of the north, gusting to 10 to 15 miles per hour at times. High temperatures today topping out right around 87 degrees. Hopefully you can enjoy. From the WVLT First Solar Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Whether you're facing divorce, injury, or any legal strife has come your way, there's one call to make to Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Everything is more expensive than ever before. Well, except for the sports animal. Always free on the air and on the stream. Always. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward. Anthony said, rather be a turncoat than a redcoat. At least a turncoat shows the ability to make an intelligent decision. Referring to you not going to Alabama, you went to Tennessee instead.
Very intelligent decision.
Now, Greg texted this from here in Knoxville. Hey, Josh and Swain, being an Alabama hater, which would upset you more? Going 1-11, but you beat Alabama, or 11-1 and you lose to Alabama?
Say that again. I know. I just didn't hear what I thought I heard. Say that again.
Which would upset you more? Tennessee going 1-11, but you beat Alabama. That's your one win. Or you go 11-1, but you lose to Bama.
Josh, give me 11-1.
Yeah,
give me
you
11.
Can't take 1-11. What
if Tennessee goes 1-11 and beats Alabama? There's going to be so many couches burning in Knoxville. There's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because you go 11-1, you lose to Bama, you're still going to the college football playoff, and you're probably going to be a number one seed.
Yeah, you go 1-11, you're not making the playoff.
No.
And then CJ said it's so nice of you all to do some charity for the Bama fans that got to listen to our radio because they know theirs is not up to snuff.
That makes me feel good, too. I like that one.
We welcome all listeners to the show.
Come on, secondary.
Secondary is the question. That was one of our questions that we continued earlier in the show. Questions came in the text box about the secondary. Roman Harper at the beginning of the hour. We joke about the Tennessee-Alabama stuff from an analytical standpoint, and he knows the secondary having played in it at the highest level. His question about Tennessee is in the secondary as well.
Yeah, like it's not a concern because they're not good. It's a concern because it's the unknown. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the fear. Is like, I wish I had a better grasp on the secondary. With so many guys in and out of the lineup, a wide receiver, I mean, yeah, 3 or 4 guys that are gonna play this year, not get real normal reps in that scrimmage. And so, you know, what does that do for the secondary? Does that make them better? Does it challenge them? Do you get a good feel on what they can do this season? I mean, from my viewpoint, I really couldn't because Nico didn't have all the time in the world. So I continue to evaluate, 7-on-7 and 1-on-1s and see who athletically can be in the right position to make plays on the football. But in zone, then you got to be in the right spot. You got to be able to be in the right spot when you are disguising coverages, pre-snap and post-snap. So it's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of calls that you have to be aware of because offenses, they make so many different changes and have so many different audibles. You have to be able to adjust as well. So a lot that these newcomers have to really, really get down if they're going to be counted on to be out there in the games.
Got to stay healthy in the secondary.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Especially when you had a lot of depth last year in terms of experience. You got rid of some of those guys. You can't get rid of them to come back and then have everyone hurt and then you not perform well.
Yeah, they've lost one guy for the year, Jordan Thomas at Star. So the answer there right now would be Christian Harrison and Boo Carter. Harrison's a third-year player in the secondary. Boo Carter, very talented freshman.
Yep. So, second scrimmage, I anticipate it to be different. I feel like the offense will have a better day. I think they'll make more plays down the football field. There was a couple plays made, but because of a yellow flag, it came back. But Hyper wasn't going to sit there and just let the defense have a dominant day across the board without dialing up a couple shots. And Nimrod got behind the defense. Throw was a little too far. Maybe some not on the same page with Nico. I think the pass was a little too much. Maybe Nimrod could have ran a little bit more, but it was the back of the end zone. But there was plays to be made there for the offense.
We'll continue the conversation. You can join at 865-656-9900. We'll talk more Tennessee. They scrimmage on Friday. They've practiced a couple of times since then, getting ready for the start of the season. We'll have to talk about what's going on with your guy, Deion Sanders. You got that over the weekend. We got a lot going on. We'll continue it right here on Josh and Swain.
DQ presents... Picture this. Picture the DQ $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Not just a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. All full-sized, all for $7. Because everything's better with bacon. Everything's also better with a side of fries, a refreshing drink, and a sundae to finish. Yum. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Pour Downy in the rinse change. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes 100% of odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Join the team at the YMCA of East Tennessee, where work is play. Whether you love sports, fitness, swimming, or working with kids, bring your passion to their mission at the Y. Positions include opportunity for benefits, including insurance, paid time off, a free Y membership, and a $500 sign-on bonus. From part-time jobs to lifelong careers, your work at the Y will help strengthen the foundations of our community. Apply online at ymcaknoxville.org/careers. Ready for a new adventure? The new school year and fall are right around the corner. Let McGee Tyson Airport help you kick off the season of new beginnings. Whether it's back to school, a family trip, or just getting away for the weekend, start your journey with a smile. Jet off to Jacksonville, Florida, Washington, D.C., or a nonstop to St. Louis. Book your tickets now at flyknoxville.com.
Every child dreams of being a superhero.
And then I leap into the sky. We fly faster than anything has ever flown before. All the way to the other side of the road, just in time to beat up the bad guys and save the whole entire universe.
And this summer you can be a superhero too with Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. When you sign up for a new Peace of Mind annual maintenance plan, Pipe Wrench will donate $100 directly to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. With the Peace of Mind maintenance plan, you can safeguard your home from unexpected and costly HVAC and plumbing breakdowns. Annual plans are only $243, but total services are valued at over $1,500 separately. With a Peace of Mind plan, you get HVAC AC system checks twice a year, water heater and plumbing system checks once a year, 10% automatic discount on repairs, priority appointment bookings, and much more. Help support East Tennessee Children's Hospital with peace of mind from Pipe Wrench. Call Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or visit pipewrench.com to sign up today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Are you the biggest fall fan in your neighborhood? Well, this is your chance to show it. The Sports Animal has teamed up with Christmas Decor Plus More to give you the ultimate fall house this football season. Text LIGHTS to 656-9900 to sign up and have your house decorated in orange and white and fall-themed lights this football season. One lucky winner will be chosen. With the season right around the corner, it's not too early to deck your halls with the Vols. More details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Tyler Ivins from the afternoon show. Let me tell you about my new fence I just got from Tennessee Home. If you came to my house in West Knoxville, I have a beautiful house, but the backyard fence looked like something out of a horror movie. Splits, leaning, skunks, possum, any creature was coming in and out of my backyard. I had to get somebody who was a licensed professional who could come in and give me the privacy that I sorely need. James Anthony checked all the boxes. Give him a ring this afternoon. 865-304-0955. Or you can book online. That's at TennesseeHome.us.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate everybody who is tuning in on the Sports Animal YouTube channel. You can stop by the channel, subscribe. Easier to keep up with our content, both with the show when it's live and everything else that goes on at 99.1 The Sports Animal on the YouTube channel, as we're live on both the Sports Animal and AM 640, The Sports Monster. Appreciate everybody tuning in the Tri-Cities area. I'm sure Deion Sanders appreciates the local media coverage, right? The Colorado Buffaloes. It's not a program that's had a ton of success recently. It used to win at the highest level, but it's been a while. So Deion's there in year 2. He was the SI Sports Person of the Year, I believe, a year ago. Team just went 4-8. So I would think that he's appreciative of any kind of coverage, all kinds of coverage that he gets locally, right?
I mean, should be.
Yeah.
Should be, but looks like Deion feels differently.
You think about the Denver Post as an example. The Denver Post, they've got the Denver Broncos. That's a major sports city. They've got the Rockies.
Oh, man, the Rockies, they're a pretty good team.
Nuggets won the NBA title a year ago.
The Rockies are really good at coming back, down 6 runs in the 8th inning. But, yeah, I don't know what's up with Deion. He tripping.
Are you proud of yourself on that one?
You okay over there?
I'm trying to have a professional segment here.
Oh, man.
Swain thinks it's funny.
It is funny.
To reference the collapse, which is what it is, the collapse
It was hilarious.
of the Atlanta Braves.
Hilarious.
The Rockies put up 7 runs in the bottom of the 8th yesterday afternoon, to come back and win 9-8.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, who would have thunk?
Yeah, man.
That's what could have happened. So anyway, the Denver Post, this is where it'll start because there was another local media member, but the Denver Post with a question, you'll hear the back and forth. Deion Sanders meeting with the media. It's supposed to be their media day this past weekend.
Happy summer, my man.
You don't like us, man. Why do you do this to yourself?
Come on.
You don't like us.
Mark likes me, by the way.
Huh?
Yeah. Mark said he likes me.
No,
so
but
that's
you
one.
don't. Why do you do this, though?
No, I'm sorry. Two-parter if I could.
No, I'm serious. Why do you do this? Like, you know you don't. Like, why do you do this?
No, it's not about the football question.
No, why do you do this? Like, it would be hard for me to really engage in someone I don't like or something I don't like. I'm just asking why. Like, why?
Gotta pay
What
the bills.
did I do?
You didn't do anything. It's not about that. But this
But
is a football
why?
question.
I'm asking you why.
Yeah, you can answer, but that's
Okay,
not
answer
germane
me.
to this.
What?
Yeah.
Because you want me to answer you. So
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair. Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because I have
Give me
questions.
your why.
What's your why? What do you want to know?
Why do you always on attack? Like, what did we do?
Where am I on attack today? Where am I on attack?
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you opportunities to be on attack. But I'm asking you why. Like, what does it do for you? Like, what happened?
It's not about me.
But what happened to get you like this?
It's a good question.
No, I'm serious. Because I want to help. No, I'm serious. I want to help. Because it's not normal.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Can I ask you a football question?
No,
Seriously.
No, we'll talk about that. When we talk about that, I'll talk about that with you.
Can we ask you a football question, please?
When I talk about that, we talk about that. We can talk about that.
So Deion then said, next question. He would not let the reporter right there from the Denver Post ask a question. So somebody from the local CBS outlet wanted to ask a question. Deion Sanders.
Next guy.
Eric Christensen with CBS Sports Colorado.
CBS,
Tyler,
I'm not doing nothing with CBS. Next question.
Joe Rigo, Mile High
Ain't got nothing
Sports
to do with
Radio.
you. It's above that. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I got love for you. I appreciate you, respect you. Ain't got nothing to do with you. They know what they did.
I'm here in Denver, not national.
You are who you are. CBS is CBS.
All right.
Joe Rigo, Mile High Sports. You. I respect you. That's why I told you that. I'm looking you in the eye as a man. I respect you. I got love for you. But what they did was foul.
Good to see Deion has grown up a lot from his days as the Braves, throwing water on the
Tim McCarver
media members.
Yeah.
Golly.
I mean, what's going on there? So CBS, I've seen theories that it had to do with CBS ranking him next to last among Big 12 coaches, which would be
really? That's it?
There's also the CBS report of Shiloh's bankruptcy filing. So it might be both. It might be one or the other. The thing with his son, I would think, would be before he cares about the ranking, but I don't know. So anyway, that's the CBS local affiliate that he would not answer questions with, as well as the Denver Post, a little back and forth. Deion Sanders this past weekend.
Better win. No, better win. It's going to get a whole lot worse. Man, there are times in life when it's just better to take the high road and just be professional, even if you were wronged, because it just makes you look worse when you take that approach. And like, I understand having a chip on your shoulder because he's one of the best athletes of all time, if not the best. Someone tells you can't do something. Someone said he couldn't play football and baseball at the same time. He's proven them wrong. Someone said, you can't be a coach unless you are an assistant and work your way up. Oh, you coming from HBCU to Power 5 school. You can't do that. So Deion feeds off of that, and I have a lot of that personality as well. But there's a time when, like, okay, man, someone didn't do you right, didn't represent you the right way. In that moment, I thought he should have just answered the questions and then addressed him privately.
There's also a huge difference in CBS, the major national network, or CBSSports.com, and the person who works for the local affiliate. They essentially have nothing to do with each other other than the local affiliate will broadcast what CBS puts out from a network standpoint. But what that person does has nothing to do with Dennis Dodd, who is a national writer for CBSSports.com. Has nothing to do with CBS's broadcast of the Big Ten games coming up this fall.
But Deion should know, like...
He also was happy to go on 60 Minutes last year. So when they wanted to...
Is that CBS?
It's CBS. When they wanted to profile him and all he's doing in Boulder, he was happy to sit down and talk as long as they wanted.
And Deion should know, when you make yourself a target with some of the things that you say and do, you can't be surprised that during the NIL era, there's going to be a report about one of your players, and one of your players so happen to be your son. I get it. They're not doing this to other players around the country, but you would say yourself, you don't have normal players. You have you, who's the head coach, and your son, who's a really good player. And I saw some reports about him getting in trouble in high school. Like, that stuff is coming out too. And the reason why he filed bankruptcy is because he was sued by a worker that was the victim of a punch from Shiloh in that article. And so that's why allegedly he went bankrupt to prevent having to pay, that I guess that judgment or whatever. But Deion, I don't think, is just going about it the right way. Like, you can address these issues in private and avoid making yourself look petty and making yourself look childish and immature. I want him to be successful. I like him in college football. I cringe listening to that.
Coverage is not going away, though. There's going to be plenty of eyes on Colorado this year. We'll see if they can do better than 4-8 last season. Can they get to a bowl game this season? Some of the questions going in. His son, though, Shador, might be a high draft pick as a quarterback in next year's draft. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to join us. We'll get back to Tennessee football talk. You can call or text in to be a part of the show. Chip with an interesting point in the text box. At least the Atlanta Braves didn't have a 21-game losing streak. That's a good point. We'll come back, 865-656-9900 to join us right here.
You're on the way.
On Josh and Swain.
You're on the way.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you the biggest Vol fan in your neighborhood? Well, this is your chance to show it. The Sports Animal has teamed up with Christmas Decor Plus More to give you the ultimate Vol house this football season. Text LIGHTS to 656-9900 to sign up and have your house decorated in orange and white and Vol-themed lights this football season. One lucky winner will be chosen. With the season right around the corner, it's not too early to deck your halls with the Vols. More details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
We're not all the same, so why should we wear the same shoes? At locally owned New Balance Knoxville, they specialize in finding you your perfect fit. Their fit specialists take your individual foot characteristics and match them against more than 75 New Balance models, resulting in shoes that will give you the perfect fit. And with their new fuel cell technology, New Balance delivers top-of-the-line performance, whether you're training for a world-class competition or treating yourself to an afternoon walk. Visit New Balance Knoxville in the Suburban Shopping Center, Kingston Pike, just west of West Elm Mall.
When you need help, you need it now. It's Tyler Ivins and my friends at Fleener Security Systems, and they're offering the fastest alarm response anywhere. Call Andre and his team today, 544-9964, or online at FleenerSecurity.com to see how affordable True Security really is.
Time to work smarter, not harder, with a household membership at the Y. While you lift, run, or join a group fitness class, your kids can take swim lessons or start developing healthy habits of their own in youth fitness classes. The Y offers something for everyone in the family with free kids programs for Y members, state-of-the-art fitness equipment for you, and motivating wellness coaches to help you reach your goals. Make workout time family time at the Y. Join online at ymcaknoxville.org.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hey, Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This is WNML FM Friendsville, WNML AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute. Wardell, Stephen Curry did not need a gold medal to complete his career resume. And yes, I'm going full government because that dude's status as one of the best to ever do it was carved in stone a long time ago. How do you top 9 threes in that epic semifinal comeback? With 8 threes in the gold medal game, including 4 straight in the final 2:48 of the fourth. I'm Jim Rome.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it'll be here this weekend. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Vanguard is 100% client-owned, serving over 50 million investors every day. Whether you're planning for retirement, putting your kids through college, or saving up for your next adventure, Vanguard can help you set personalized investment goals. All investing is subject to risk. Vanguard is owned by its funds, which are owned by Vanguard's fund shareholder clients. Copyright 2024, The Vanguard Group, Inc., all rights reserved, Vanguard Marketing Corporation Distributor.
Shopping for a mortgage? Don't sign a thing till you call for a free quote from Fountain City Finance, 687-8200.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
We begin hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. 2 hours down, 1 to go. We invite you to join us at 865-656-9900. We've had a lot of fun this afternoon talking Tennessee football, which scrimmaged on Friday night. We talked to Roman Harper of ESPN and the SEC Network an hour ago. 2 hours ago, the Associated Press Top 25 came out. Tennessee ranks number 15, just as it did in the coaches poll, which came out a week ago. So we have seen both polls come out. Those are important steps to get closer to the start of the season. Tennessee is the number 15 team in the country entering the season. 1 spot ahead of Oklahoma, the Vols' SEC opening opponent. Oklahoma number 16 in both the coaches and AP polls.
Josh.
Jason?
What do you think David Sanders is doing right now? David Sanders Jr. What do you think he's doing right now?
What I've heard is that he is lining up one more round of trips.
You better not. You better not, David Sanders. No more trips. We are shutting this recruitment down.
That's another good point. It is David Sanders Jr. week. David Sanders, the 5-star offensive lineman from Charlotte, will announce his commitment on Saturday. We are 5 days away from David Sanders' announcement, the 5-star offensive lineman in the 2025 class.
Are we like tailgating for this announcement?
Yes.
I mean, you would think we'd do something special.
Yeah, you and I go live at Fieldhouse Social at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We're doing David Sanders all day this upcoming Saturday.
Is Daniel Hood going to be there too?
Yeah.
It's only right. It's only right. It's going to be light outside. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. I think David Sanders deserves that. All the attention in the world. You get a lot of attention right now. A lot of people are predicting Tennessee to be in a good spot.
Yep. Got a Fong Bong on Friday. Steve Wiltfong is who I'm referring to with On 3.
Thank you. A lot of people on both sides, 247 Sports on 3, feel like Tennessee's in a really good spot. So that would mean that
he will announce, I believe, on the 24/7 YouTube channel if you want to watch that live.
Okay. But that would mean if they are able to seal the deal with David Sanders, that would mean that they've landed the top-ranked player 3 times and the second overall player once from that state in a 5-year span, according to Austin Price.
It's pretty impressive.
Tennessee making the Carolinas a priority, and the proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. They're definitely doing that.
5 years ago, does he commit to Clemson? Maybe the answer is Georgia or Ohio State, but Clemson,
yeah, probably
Clemson has recruited at a very high level. He liked Clemson a lot at one point. They're not a finalist here.
Probably. I mean, Clemson was the hottest new program. Everyone likes that new flavor of the month, and people were getting Alabama fatigue, and Clemson came in there, and Dabo was a breath of fresh air until he became annoying to a lot of people, and so the recruiting has dropped off in a big way, and so players that are from that Carolina area that probably would have went to Clemson during that time, they're going to other places. And Clemson, they still got no issues coming to Knoxville and getting players. They're still doing that. But they're not getting the 5-star talented players like they did 5 years ago.
Clemson ranks one spot ahead of Tennessee, by the way.
For what?
In the AP and the coaches' polls. Oh, man. There was some buzz about their freshman receivers, that they might be back to having that elite receiver talent. Cade Klubnik, year 3 at quarterback for Clemson.
Well, a lot of pressure on them, a lot of criticism around that program last year, so I'm sure they use that as motivation. They were very active in the high school transfer portal, and so I'm sure those young guys will have an opportunity to play and kind of improve themselves.
They transferred into play right away.
Yep.
Out of the high school ranks. So David Sanders Jr. week, we'll talk to Austin Price in a couple of days and see how he feels. It'll kind of be sad. We'll have to pour something out. It'll be our final pre-announcement update on David Sanders from Austin.
Austin likes to break news. What if we broke news to Austin on Wednesday that David Sanders is pushing his commitment back to get his reaction?
I personally am ready for David to go ahead and announce as well, but I would find it hilarious if David moved it to August 24th.
Oh, man. Only if he was picking Tennessee.
Sure.
Like if Tennessee.
If it's because something's happened, he's going to Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's not what you're looking for.
No, we need you to do it today, then, if that's the case. Yeah.
But Tennessee appears to be in a good position 5 days out from David Sanders' announcement, with the Vols sitting in the top 10 in the different recruiting services, and they would get a nice bump if they land a 5-star prospect. He's a highly ranked 5-star guy, top 5 or 6 in the country, regardless of position.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy that could potentially come in next year and be on the opposite side of Lance Hurd as a true freshman. So there's plenty of opportunities for him to come in, being close to home, and being a contributor right away.
You like it when Tennessee can land the 5 stars?
You just improve your chances to be good when you get good players. It's not a science. It's not guaranteed, but you just improve your chances. That's all.
You also don't have to overthink it. If I told you, hey, you can have more or less first and second round picks in the NFL draft, which would you prefer? You'd prefer more.
Correct.
If you can have more or less 4 and 5 star, especially 5-star players, do you want more or less?
More.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them. If it's my preference, but I know it's harder to do that now than ever before because of NIL, which I'm totally cool with. I just need our fair share, and Tennessee looks like they're in position to get a nice one.
Hey, what'd you think, and we can come back with this, short on time this segment, what'd you think of Roman Harper kind of describing the Oklahoma game as a barometer game for a bunch of their opponents in the SEC. What is a barometer? Exactly. But how you do against Oklahoma will likely tell you how your season's gone. We've brought that up with Tennessee a lot. He brought that up with Oklahoma.
Who's Oklahoma supposed to be?
Who's Oklahoma supposed to be?
Yeah.
A team that's good enough to mess up your season from going to the playoff, but also take a dive to help you get there. But probably not good enough in their own right. I think their over-under win total is 7.5.
I mean, I think it's hard to even say that.
Here's who they play from the SEC. Tennessee. The next week, they turn around and go to Auburn. Then they play Texas, the Cotton Bowl. South Carolina at home should be a win. Then at Ole Miss. Then at Missouri. Then Bama. Then at LSU. That's not favorable. That is not favorable for Oklahoma.
I mean, they can beat Tennessee and lose the rest of those games.
Sure.
They can lose to Tennessee and find a way to win some of those games. Like, I don't necessarily 100% agree with the barometer statement because this league is so wacky and so crazy. Like, when Tennessee lost to Florida, I was like, I don't know how we're going to beat Texas A&M. If you can't even beat Florida, and then you turn around and you beat A&M, a more talented team than Florida. So each week is its own. I do understand saying, hey, I mean, it's a good first test.
Mm-hmm.
And if Tennessee passes the test that day, that means they were locked in, they were focused, they made more plays. But that doesn't guarantee you that you're going to pass the next test the next weekend. Because if you're not focused, if you don't execute, you're going to fail that test.
For Texas, though, so Texas, if it beats Oklahoma, the rest of the schedule for Texas, man, they got a different draw than the Sooners coming into the league. Georgia's the next week, and that's really tough, obviously. But then they get Vanderbilt. They get 2 weeks to prepare for Florida at home, Arkansas, Kentucky.
Whose schedule is that?
This is Texas.
That's not fair.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's like a Missouri schedule. They play Vanderbilt and then 2 weeks?
And then 2 weeks
that's like 3 weeks.
That's like a double bye.
It really is.
Vanderbilt. Now, they got to go to Nashville. You got to deal with the cranes. Construction will be well underway.
It'll be a lot of points on that scoreboard. I don't know if the cranes can hold up.
Yeah, but their SEC schedule, Mississippi State's the SEC opener for Texas at home. Oklahoma I mentioned, Georgia I mentioned, then Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky, and then at Texas A&M. Now that's going to be a doozy, but that's Texas. Texas and Oklahoma, they got two different draws entering the SEC.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Kentucky's going to beat Texas and then lose to Tennessee. That's what usually happens.
Well, the losing to Tennessee part, you're right. The beating Texas and Austin, I'm not sure that one usually happens.
They have a big win. Does Kentucky play Florida this year?
Kentucky does play in Gainesville.
Well, Kentucky usually has
the week after hosting Vandy.
Big win early in the season, and then they turn around and lose to Tennessee.
Kentucky has a 4-week stretch of Vandy at Florida, Auburn at Tennessee. Tennessee has 2 weeks to get ready for Kentucky. This schedule works out for Tennessee. They've got some favorable spots. We'll come back 865-656-9900 to join us here on Josh and Swain.
Vivid memories forever etched in our minds as if yesterday.
No, sir, the pandemonium reigns.
The elation at the final seconds ticking away.
The national champion is clad in big orange.
The play-by-play triggering visions of names we all know by heart.
Oh, Tennessee wins! Out by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch in the end zone on the Hail Mary. I don't believe I saw that.
The football season is approaching. New heroes will be created, and the canvas of a new generation's minds will be painted with pictures of moments that will last their lifetime. And you'll hear each and every play on the flagship station of the Vols. 99.1, the sports animal.
You are losing money if you do not add a deck before you sell your home. That's why you need to call James Anthony, 304-0955. You can also see what you can do online. That's at TennesseeHome.us. We're talking 20 years of experience and not just squares and rectangles. If you're looking for somebody who can bring customization to your home, call James Anthony at Tennessee Home, 304-0955, 304-0955, or TennesseeHome.us.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Join Tyler and Will this Tuesday from 3 to 7 live at Fraser's Carpet 1 on Western Avenue. Come by and celebrate huge savings on carpet, hardwood, ceramic, and more. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Fraser's, 546-4850.
East Tennessee's #1 pre-owned dealer is ready to kick off football season by helping you win big. If your tailgate needs a game changer, Twin City Auto Center on the world-famous Airport Motor Mile is your end zone with over 1,100 vehicles to choose from. Score big with no down payment, guaranteed financing, and they'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe, and even give you $1,000 more for your trade than any other dealers offer. Visit TwinCityAutoCenter.com or Twin City Auto Center on the world-famous Airport Motor Mile, where Twin City is Win City. We've all been on that great search for the very best pizza. Well, this is your future speaking, and good news is here. That pizza you've been looking for is a slice of Long Island, but right here in East Tennessee. You have to get to Gibboni's Pizzeria in Maryville near Foothills Mall and in West Knoxville on Kingston Pike. Gibboni's Pizzeria has everything you've ever wanted in a pizza, but even more flavor. Full-service Italian cocktails, big screen TVs, great patio views, and pizza like the Italians like. See what all the taste is about. A slice of Long Island at Gibboni's Pizzeria. Do you need a gym that checks all the boxes? Check out the Y. Free childcare while you work out. Top-of-the-line fitness equipment. Group fitness classes with certified trainers. Swimming pools and basketball courts. Nationwide access at thousands of YMCA locations. Family events. Scholarships to neighbors in need. Dedication to community. All of this with no contracts. Join more than a gym. Join the Y. Join online at ymcaknoxville.org.
If you're wanting a piece of custom jewelry, you won't find it online or in any jewelry store. The custom jewelry you're looking for exists only in your imagination. At TK Wheeler Jewelers, they love working with their customers and translating their imagination into a gorgeous, one-of-a-kind piece of custom jewelry. If you're wanting a truly custom piece of jewelry, come to TK Wheeler Jewelers and bring your imagination. We can't wait to see what it will look like. One woman, one diamond, one place to go. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge, next to Outback.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com.
They say the best things in life are free. Streaming 99.1, the sports animal proves it. Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Download the WNML app. You can take us with you wherever you go. You can always listen on demand. You can search Josh and Swain wherever you get your podcasts. We'd love for you to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. You can go back and listen anytime, anywhere. You can do that thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. And you can join us by calling or texting at 865-656-9900 as we say hello to Linda on Josh and Swain. Linda, good afternoon. What's on your mind today?
Hey,
taking my call. I live in North Carolina, but I'm a ball for life. Concerned about the NC State game. You all talk a lot about Oklahoma, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Actually, NC State won their last 5 games, including beating Clemson and beating Carolina, and they've got this brand new quarterback that has lots of good statistics. Just wanted to hear your thoughts about that. I'll hang up and listen on the radio.
Thank you, Linda. We appreciate you calling in. VFL over there in North Carolina, Swain, and Tennessee will go to Charlotte week 2 to take on NC State. The quarterback she's referencing is Grayson McCall, the transfer from Coastal Carolina. Well-known name in college football, had a lot of success. Last year wasn't his best year, but he's really played well at Coastal. They brought in some other talented players as transfers on the offensive side. Dave Doran is their head coach, and they are a preseason top 25 team. I think they ranked number 24 in the Associated Press poll that came out. Tennessee projects as, I think, about a 7-point, roughly, favorite in that game. Tennessee against NC State week 2. What do you think?
What do I think about what?
Would you call NC State the barometer game for Tennessee?
No, Josh, I will not. NC State had a win versus Clemson last year by 7 at home. Clemson last year was the worst they've been in probably, 5 years. Then they beat a Miami team in November that was probably the biggest disappointment in college football with all the talent that they have acquired from either the transfer portal or from the high school ranks using their NIL collective. And then NC State went on the road and beat Wake Forest. They beat Virginia Tech by 7. Stop me if they've had a big win where you were really impressed. Then they beat North Carolina by almost 3 touchdowns at home. Now, that's a pretty good win.
I think that's pretty impressive.
That's a good win. And then they lost in the Pop-Tarts Bowl to Kansas State. So they are a respectable program. I think the coach is he's a respectable coach. They do not strike fear in my heart. Tennessee is a better team with more talent. I think Tennessee should win. This game is not played at NC State. This is a neutral site game. I'm sure their fans will show up. Our fans, you better believe we're going to show up. So I respect them, but I'm not necessarily afraid of NC State.
I do need to correct one thing. Tennessee, as it stands right now, is a 4.5-point favorite against NC State. It's less than a touchdown. That's borderline.
28-24. I'll take that.
Okay. It is an opponent that Tennessee absolutely has to be prepared for. It's also an opponent that Tennessee should not be afraid of at all.
Grayson McCall is feisty. He is tough as nails. You're going to have to really put the iron on him if you want to affect his playing style because he's tough and gritty as all get out.
But Linda's point in the call that she hears so much about the Oklahoma game, and I will stand by that's a huge game. I think it is easy to just go ahead and check that NC State game off as an assumed win. Don't do that. Tennessee has to be prepared. If they go and turn the ball over, they make mistakes.
Who you telling not to do that?
Anybody. Anybody that is.
The fans can't do that?
No.
Why not?
There are.
The fans ain't playing.
Oh, the Juju game, Swain.
If I want to check off NC State is a dub, I'm going to check it off as a dub, okay? It ain't nothing you can do about it.
Okay, well, if we're just handing out checks. Hey.
Well, hold on now. Hold on now,
What's
Joshua. Hold on.
Check off the Tide.
You have Tennessee 9-3, right?
That's right.
Is one of those 9 wins NC State?
Probably.
No. You ain't slick, man. You're not slick, Josh Ward. You're not going to do that to me. You're not going to tell me I can't check it off as a win, but then not admit that your 9-3 record has Tennessee beating NC State.
Let's see. I've checked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I've checked off 6. 6 that I will not leave any.
So you got Tennessee
any
going
doubt.
6-6?
No. I have 6 games that I have no doubt.
This is interesting.
I've checked off, with all due respect.
Whatever.
UT Chattanooga.
Okay.
Kent State.
Okay.
Florida.
All right. Sounds pretty disrespectful, but okay, go ahead. Keep going. Keep on with the disrespect.
Right? No, that's not right. Unchecked Florida.
What? Okay.
I just did it really quick. Kentucky, checked off.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks to get ready for the game at home. Kentucky has to play 4 straight weeks before coming to Knoxville. Checked off. Mississippi State, homecoming, checked off. UTEP, checked it off. Vanderbilt. I know you got to go on the road, but I checked off Vanderbilt. So the unchecked games, NC State, Oklahoma, Arkansas on the road, Florida, Bama, Georgia. Unchecked.
What's your season prediction for Tennessee again?
9-3.
Okay. So you're saying that Tennessee's going to find a way to get 3 more wins, possibly 4, but you don't know if it's going to come against Oklahoma or NC State or Bama or Georgia or Florida. Just 3 out of those group of teams. 3 wins out of that group, right?
Right.
Cool. 9-3, right?
I can tell you I think some games are more likely to be wins than others.
Is NC State one of those?
I think it's more likely Tennessee beats NC State than Georgia.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
And you are acting like I'm riding the fence, and I just give you that hard-hitting analysis.
Hey, maybe Roman should call you turncoat.
Now, Blake makes a good point. Blake in Lenore City texts in, we will bring the we fence against NC State and get the win.
Oh, Lord.
It's not about offense or defense. People like to take sides. It's about the we fence, as Jim Harbaugh reminded us. CJ texts in, I ain't playing. I can look at it if I want to.
Exactly. Exactly. Check, and check.
Cameron.
It's my business.
Dave Doran wants every game to be 19-18. We should crush them. Okay.
North Carolina's the most points they scored last year was 48 against Marshall, and Marshall scored 41.
48-41. Yep.
They scored 45 versus VMI. They scored
lost 24-3 to Duke.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that was last year's team. You know, NC State. You know, they always do a good job with dealing with preseason hype. I just remember the 2012 team. Oh, man, they got this pro corner. Oh, yeah. He gave up like 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers.
David Amerson?
Yes. Oh, he played for your Raiders, didn't he?
He might have.
No wonder he stunk. He stunk that game.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I got a lot of unchecked games on the Raiders schedule this year.
You better.
Corey says we are winning them all until we don't, in my mind.
All right.
All right, Corey.
I can get on board with that.
All right, get your boxes checked. We'll continue 865-656-9900. We have an attaboy to hand out. We're with you until 3 o'clock on Josh and Swain.
You're listening to the radio flagship station for the 2024 College Baseball World Series champion Tennessee Volunteers. This is 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
SEC football news, Texas A&M running back Reuben Owens is expected to miss the entire season after suffering a lower body injury during a scrimmage on Saturday. Owens had 743 all-purpose yards and 3 touchdowns and was named an SEC all-freshman selection during his first year last season. He was a top 50 recruit in the 2023 recruiting class and was expected to be a top playmaker in Texas A&M's offense under new coach Mike Elko. Major League Baseball games for your Monday evening at 6:45 6:05, the Guardians host the Cubs. The Cardinals visit the Reds. The Astros take on the Rays. 7 o'clock, Red Sox host the Rangers. At 7:40, the Royals visit the Twins. 8:15, Dodgers visit the Brewers. The White Sox host the Yankees. At 9:45, the Blue Jays visit the Angels. The Diamondbacks host the Rockies. Pirates take on the Padres. And the Braves visit the Giants. Tennessee Smokies beat the Chattanooga Lookouts 5-4 yesterday. They've won 7 of their last 8 and have a 10-game lead on the Southern League's North Division. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center, 5-star club, part of the Covenant Health family, and they do so much for members. They have everything you need for whatever your fitness goals are. So if you go sign up with your membership, you can go through a fitness evaluation, and then they can help map out a plan for you to hit your fitness goals. And then they don't just send you off. I mean, you can go and come up with your own workout plan, or you can take advantage of everything they have to offer, like more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every week. They have different sports programs. They have indoor and outdoor tennis. They have pickleball. They have racquetball courts. They have an indoor basketball court and an indoor pool, as well as an outdoor pool that's still going to be open for several more weeks. The indoor pool is open 12 months out of the year. Plus, parents, if you need access to childcare to help make sure you get the workout in, they have complimentary childcare with the family membership, which we enjoy at Fort Sanders. No long-term contracts when you sign up. Stop by Kingston Pike right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement.
It's back to school time. Gear up for New Balance Knoxville with the perfect fit and the coolest kicks for your kids. Classic 574 is perfect for everyday wear. Need something trendy? The 327s combine sleek design and unmatched comfort. And for the little ones, the Dynasoft Reveal V4s feature easy pop laces, making getting ready in the morning a breeze. Shop New Balance Knoxville for back to school. Your kids will thank you. Located in the Suburban Shopping Center just west of Westtown Mall.
Spring is here, and you're probably flipping through the television channels watching all the home improvement shows, right? Because you want to make your outdoor space look the absolute best. First phone call needs to be the Tennessee Home to my friend James Anthony. 304-0955. 20 years of experience, and how many fencing contractors in town can also turn around and build you the perfect deck for you to start making memories all throughout the spring and summer. James Anthony. The only phone call you need to make is the Tennessee Home. 304-0955 or TennesseeHome.us.
Join Tyler and Will this Tuesday from 3 to 7 live at Fraser's Carpet 1 on Western Avenue. Come by and celebrate huge savings on carpet, hardwood, ceramic, and more. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Fraser's, 546-4850.
I remember when I was a little boy, and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman, and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy, and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, while we'll even tuck you in.
Since 1956, Standard Kitchen and Bath has been serving the East Tennessee area with professional kitchen and bath sales and design. Family owned and operated, Larry Finley and his son Scott offer custom and affordable cabinetry lines from quality brands like Soul Design Cabinetry. From remodeling to new construction, the professionals at Standard Kitchen and Bath can help you design any space. Call 694-0068, standardkitchen.com, or stop by the showroom, Kingston Pike, next to Grayson Hyundai. They're not just selling cabinets, but designs and ideas that will transform your kitchen or bath into something you'll love.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
This report is sponsored by Gun Owners of America.
This August 17th and 18th, join us at the Knoxville Convention Center for the Second Amendment Summit by Gun Owners of America. See hundreds of the top vendors of firearms and gear, plus hear from inspiring speakers like Dana Lash, OAN's Dan Ball, and Chris Salcedo. Don't miss it.
We're tracking another beautiful afternoon out there with a light breeze out of the north around 10 to 15 miles per hour at times, and that'll help to keep temperatures feeling even better out there. High temperatures topping out right around 87, but that low humidity makes it with a very comfortable feel. Get outside and enjoy. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jacob Durham.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hey, I'm Ball for Life, Bobby Scott, and we're counting it down. It's just
19 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Cameron noted NC State's opener last year against UConn, a 24-14 win. It was a Thursday night game at UConn, but not an impressive showing. Cameron noting that. Now, David texted in. We had a call last segment from Linda asking about the NC State game week 2. David texted, we are playing what should be a really good quarterback with a great wide receiver against our secondary, already down a man. Can't check NC State yet.
Okay.
So for those listening and not watching, Swain just wrote the name NC State on his notebook, drew a box, and then drew a check mark inside the box. So
it's the biggest check mark I've ever
the
drew.
Pin mark went off the pad.
Yep, onto the table.
Consider NC State checked.
I have checked it.
By Jason Swain.
You know why I've checked it? Number one, I'm not playing.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they playing. That's it. That's it. They playing. And they are better and will be better. That's why I've checked it.
They meaning the Vols? Tennessee Volunteers.
The Vols.
Mm-hmm.
UT Vols. I think they're a better football team than NC State.
I think they are too.
Oh, really?
September 7th in Charlotte is where you can see that game.
You know, when I hear Josh Ward go on these radio stations around the Southeast as a host, I want you, when they ask you to give your record prediction, I want you to say 6-6. You better not say 9-3. Well, that mess you just tried to sell last segment.
Don't say that.
That was mess. That was a bunch of hot garbage.
Did you hear Josh Ward today on Josh and Swain? He's got the Vols going 6-6. You hear that? I have to move my family out of town.
Oh, man.
All right, that's fine. All right.
You can respect the opponent while at the same time feeling like the opponent is not better than you. So I respect NC State. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you're going to beat them down by 3 or 4 touchdowns. I don't think we're going to do that today. That might change game week, but
you respect Kent State?
Yeah.
Because if you say, with all due respect, that doesn't necessarily indicate how much respect you believe is due.
Well,
it's just with all due.
No, that would insinuate that I was lying.
Okay.
And I don't lie.
No.
On these airwaves. So that's why I don't say with all due respect. Don't have to. I already have respect. I got respect for Akron. Is it Akron or Kent State?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
For the record, it is Kent State that Tennessee will host on week 3. And I believe 10 p.m.
My bad.
Who is it again? Kent State, week 3.
My bad.
7:45 kickoff at Neyland Stadium.
See? That's why you should respect them.
Yep.
Tennessee obviously respects them to make that game a night game. We're going Neyland at night, man. We're going to bring out all the fireworks.
Going dark mode?
We're gonna unload the clip, baby, for Kent State. Going dark mode. Might as well bring out the Artful Dodger. Alternate uniforms for that one, too.
I think that's Champions Weekend.
It might as well be.
Hey, every day
Peyton, come on back. Don't worry about us. The Peyton curse this week, baby. I think we're going to be okay.
Hey, trap game. Kent State in between the NC State and Oklahoma games, week 2 and week 4. Every day on the show, we hand out attaboys and attagirls. We do so thanks to the Native Nursery, available to contractors and landscapers. Great local company, the Native Nursery. And we saw the Olympic run come to an end this past weekend. I thought it was a spectacular,
So fun.
16 days of events. And the University of Tennessee was represented a few times, including this past weekend, with former Tennessee track and field star Christopher Bailey helping the U.S. win gold in the men's 4x400 meter relay. It was a great race, came down to the end. As I just mentioned, U.S. won gold. Bailey, I think, was rocking the shades during the race, looked awesome, and won gold. So an attaboy to Christopher Bailey. Bailey's gold medal is the 11th Olympic championship by a former Tennessee track and field athlete, the first Olympic medal of any kind by a Vol in the men's 4x400 meter relay. It was a great race, big win, a gold medal for VFL Christopher Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey gets the gold, but there were several former Tennessee athletes that competed, some from for U.S. and then some for other countries. So, but Bailey definitely gets today's attaboy because he picked up the gold and he's from United States.
Yep, absolutely.
How am I supposed to feel about Uros and his bronze?
Well, I think it worked out perfectly.
I don't like the way he was getting up off the bench. He was trash talking. He was trash talking. He was being Uros, but he was being Uros towards the American team. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I was giving
conflicted.
Steph some of the business.
Yeah, I'm conflicted.
Steph gave it back to him by the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, Steph went on their heater for the last 2 games.
I said on the show I hoped that Uros would win bronze because, one, that would mean that the United States didn't lose to them because they were playing in the semifinal round, and that the U.S. would still have a shot at gold. Obviously, the U.S. beat France on Saturday, so the U.S. takes gold. I'm happy for Uros to get bronze. I didn't care that much because all I really wanted was the United States to win gold. I couldn't care less, really, who won silver or bronze, so I was happy to see Uros get the bronze medal.
Okay.
I was more happy for him than pulling for him to get it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So
I mean, the fact that he's
I
on the
want
national
Uros
team.
to have great success with his basketball career. That I do want.
Yeah.
So to have a bronze medal, to be a part of that, that's pretty cool.
I just wish he was on the bench and didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. You know,
that's too much to ask.
His title as best teammate, though, was challenged because the way that the U.S. guys on the bench would support one another, like seeing Anthony Edwards, it was like a row of guys. The way they did the Steph celebration with him, and the way they did the LeBron flexing celebration from the bench while the veteran star players were really leading the way. That was pretty cool to watch, I thought.
Yeah, that was a fun.
To see them take a step with their typical role of being the guy to pulling for the other guys.
It was a fun game. Who the ladies had me worried?
That was one of those never-in-doubters.
That was an example of too much talent, but the talent, they don't know how to play together as a team. Because it almost cost us. But when you got Asia Wilson, who went into beast mode, you got a chance to win any game you're in.
Asia Wilson and LeBron, the 2 MVPs.
Yep, she's
of
the
Olympics.
best women's player in the world.
So we hand out attaboys and girls. Got to do that a few times toward the Olympics, which was just a huge hit over the last couple of weeks. The Olympics are back after the way the last couple of weeks went in Paris. The U.S. had a big run.
I'm going to miss the Olympics. I could have
too. I was
watched
into
another month.
I was
it
really
awesome.
excited this year for the run-up to it, and I enjoyed it more than I anticipated.
Yo, 28 is going to be bananas.
L.A. So today we hand out an attaboy to former Tennessee track and field star winning gold in the 4x400, Christopher Bailey. Every day we hand out attaboys and attagirls thanks to the Native Nursery, available for contractors and landscapers, your one-stop destination offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. That includes boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. They can take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you're a contractor or landscaper, make the Native Nursery your go-to location. Today, you can stop by and see Ben and Ted at 3473 Louisville Road. It's just 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit. It's the Native Nursery, open for contractors and landscapers. We come back for one more segment of Josh and Swain. We'll wrap up the show with the Power Poll, top winners and losers out of the weekend, and then hand things over to Tyler and Will on the Sports Animal at 3 o'clock. One more segment as well on AM 640, The Sports Monster, on Josh and Swain.
Nothing raises the bar like Tennessee football.
40-yard attempt to win the game against Alabama. Waiting for the snap. There it is. The kick on the way, and that kick is knuckling toward the upright, and it's good. Just gets over the upright.
All fans remember where they were when those memorable plays happened. As a sponsor of the radio coverage, your brand gets association with all the passion of Tennessee football.
Crank up Rocky Top. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Your brand can be associated with all the unbridled excitement around Tennessee football this fall. And there are packages available at every price point.
Guns for the end, so he's got a man there. The pass right in stride. Caught. Touchdown, Tennessee.
The Vols are poised to have a great season, and you can ride the wave to a great fourth quarter by becoming a Tennessee football sponsor this fall. To learn more about associating your brand with a winner, email knoxvillesales@cumulus.com or call Director of Sales Kimberly Parker at 865-212-4503.
Show of hands. Who here wants to make extra income for your business? Yeah, I thought so. Amazon Hub Delivery, teaming up with yours truly, Tyler Ivins, and we're looking for ambitious businesses to assist with local deliveries in the Knoxville area. Look, here's the part you need to know. You, your staff, partnering up with Amazon Hub Delivery, and you're going to be delivering packages to customers in this area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you're going to gain extra income and exposure for your business. You want to know the best part? Because there's an excellent part. Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's zero upfront cost, zero delivery experience needed, or they're not even going to lock you into a long-term contract. It's crazy, right? It's too easy. If you want to learn more, get signed up today. Check out the website, amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Hello, friends. This is Kevin Frazier with Frazier's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, or anything for the floor, Frazier's is the name to trust. My great-grandfather Frazier started our flooring business in 1953, and the Frazier family has been proudly covering all of East Tennessee's flooring needs for the more than 70 years since. And you don't stay in business that long without offering value. Frazier's big in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and we pass those savings on to you. Plus, no money down and free financing for 18 months. Only at Frazier's. Call us today, 546-4850, and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more, Frazier's.
Hi, this is Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape that needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711 with ProSource Home Buyers.
Always on, always free. Stream us free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Winston wants to give an attaboy to Mr. Jason Swain.
Oh, I'll take it. What'd I do?
For showing class and professionalism when Roman Harper was on earlier.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Roman Harper joined us to begin the 1 o'clock hour and was very good in his football analysis, but also called Swain a turncoat.
Oh, that was fighting words right there.
Both Roman and Swain came from the state of Alabama, graduated from Alabama high schools. One chose to play for the University of Alabama. That was Roman. One chose to leave the state and go to the University of Tennessee. Now, he did add, as you pointed out, that Knoxville's closer than Tuscaloosa to Huntsville.
Tuscaloosa's closer.
And he understood your choice. He also has a ton of respect for you, but he did call you a turncoat, too.
He did. Tuscaloosa's closer because Huntsville to Birmingham is an hour and a half. And then Tuscaloosa to Birmingham is about 45 minutes. So technically it's closer to Tuscaloosa. But I would rather drive the extra, 15 to 30 minutes to not drive on the roads of Alabama. You never know. And then he also admitted that Tennessee was that better team and program at the time.
Which they were.
So
it's all love there.
All love. All respect. But turncoat, I had to hold myself.
You turned the other cheek, which was good.
I had to hold myself back.
He was an invited guest.
I forgot I was on the radio. I didn't even bring up the personal record.
No, it was big of you.
I didn't bring it up.
That was big of you. So I do want to tell everybody, I saw Roman Harper in Dallas. He was at SEC Media Days. You were back in Knoxville, and I just stopped by and said hello to him. I said, hey, I do the show with Jason Swain in Knoxville, and his immediate reaction was, oh, Swain, that's my guy. Love Swain. So want everybody to know that, with also the name-calling that took place today.
I wonder how much he loved me in 2004 when I got the game ball and sent them home packing.
Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's still in there. Hey, we close out the show with winners and losers from the weekend with the Power Poll. Swain, would you like to hit us with your list?
Yeah, I mean, a couple winners. I'll start with Steph Curry, his performance. I mean, it's one of the performances for the ages.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking over on the biggest stage and doing something he's never done before. That's to get a gold medal. He's won multiple championships. He's won MVPs, but he's never won a gold medal. He was able to do that behind a great performance. The women's team, they get gold versus, France. Their game was a little bit closer for comfort. I'm giving some love to the Colorado Rockies. How about that, Josh? You got to put them on the winners list, man. To be able to come back in that fashion, that's something that the Tennessee Volunteers would do under Tony Vitello. Fix your face. The rookie quarterbacks in the preseason, they were all lights out. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCartney, a lot of young quarterbacks played very, very well. Losers include Deion Sanders versus the media. That's just not a battle you're going to win unless you plan on winning a lot of games, which I don't think Colorado is going to do. So, Deion, the criticism is coming. The scrutiny is going to continue. You better try to win all your games. And then my last loser, I don't want to call him a loser, but he lost out on a perfect opportunity to take a huge step in the quarterback competition. That's Justin Fields with the 2 fumbles in their preseason game. Russell Wilson didn't practice for a week, and he was out there making plays in practice, really had an opportunity to distance himself. But because of his game, I think he missed out on that opportunity.
My winners list, a few that didn't make Attaboy, Attagirl segments over the last few days, but Olivia Reeves from UTC, we joke about the opening football game, but really cool. She's from Hickson, goes to UTC, took gold in her weightlifting competition. That's really cool. Olivia Reeves. I have the Strozen Mariners in baseball. They're playing really good baseball, great race in the AL West. Gabby Thomas, with everything she accomplished, women's 200-meter gold, women's 4x100-meter gold, women's 4x400. 100, 200, 400 gold medals. That's incredible. The old heads in basketball leading the way. Steph, LeBron, KD, and then the USA overall tying for first in gold and then leading the way in all medals. Losers quickly. Doug Gottlieb with his very public criticism of Steph right before he goes bang, bang, bang from three. Didn't age well at all for Doug Gottlieb. Matt Kuchar, the best eye-roll moment of the weekend. And then Deion to finish off the losers list. So a few checked off to finish off the show. Swain, a lot of fun today. We'll try tomorrow again at 12 o'clock.
Let's do it.
Thank you for hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you as always. And we'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock right here on Josh and Swain.